Charles Haley. You're listening to Nothing But Niners.
This is Kyle Juszczyk, and you're listening to Nothing But Niners.
So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, hits to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks the third tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle. Swings down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's good. Touchdown 49ers!
But it's second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the flag to the left side. It's Russell intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown. No greater redemption.
The San Francisco 49ers, we can do whatever we want.
Oh, shit. Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? It's your boys, Mike and Tony. We're here to bring you guys another Overreaction show. Tony, you got to take yourself off of mute when you're ready to start. But listen, man, the Niners fall to the Seattle Seahawks 13-3 in the game with it all on the line. The Niners were playing really, really hard for that number one spot. Yet, they fall, man. They fall. The 49ers are officially 1-39 under Kyle Shanahan when trailing by 7 points or more going into the fourth quarter. Listen, we got a lot to discuss. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. The offense didn't show up. The defense didn't show up. And it was bad. I'm putting a lot of this on the coaching, but I'll go ahead and get to the formalities so we can just go ahead and jump right into this. We got Kyle Shanahan on deck. He is here. He's ready to talk, so we'll bring Kyle Shanahan up as well. If this is your first time here on the YouTube page and you enjoy this show, we're going to be grieving. Shout out to the Seahawks fans in chat also. I see you guys as well. All right, I told y'all to come back, win or lose, and y'all are here, so I appreciate that. All right, I want y'all to go ahead and get y'all gloating off in the chat. That's cool with me. If it's your first time here and you enjoy the show, hit that like button on this channel, on this video. Subscribe to the channel, and then turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we are going live. Give us a follow on our Patreon channel, patreon.com/NB9ERS. And then we have a couple more of social media platforms we want you to check us out on as well. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Those handles are Nothing But Niners. They're spelled all the way out. Again, that is Nothing But Niners. On Twitch, it is nothing_but_Niners. Make sure you follow us over there. And then on Snapchat and X, those handles are Nothing But 9ERS. That is the number 9. Nothing But 9ERS. I am your guy, Mike Andrews, 83. To my right is my man, Tony. He is our resident GM here at Nothing But Niners. He is Go Niners today. His X handle is NJ Niner Fan 499. All right? And listen, man. Yeah, no, bro, I got this, man. I've been doing this for a long time, Tony. I got years and years in here. I'm pretty good at some of the stuff. What I'm not good at, though, Tony, is predicting the outcomes of games. Because if I went into this game and I told you that the 49ers were going to hold the Seahawks to just 13 points at home, I would have told you I guarantee you win. I would have told you I guarantee you win. And I got to be honest with you, man. I have never, in my entire time of being a 49ers fan, of being a Kyle Shanahan supporter, of being a believer in Robert Saleh, I have never been as disappointed in those two coaches in particular today. Not the special teams unit. Offense and defense sincerely let me down. 13 points and we lose. 13 points. Kyle had every opportunity to make something happen, and it didn't happen. His offense just could not move the ball against this Mike McDonald defense. I mean, Tony, they finished the game with a whopping grand total of 173 yards, bro. That's cumulative. That's rushing and receiving. That's rushing and passing. 173 total yards, bro. Absolutely putrid performance by the 49ers offense, man. I don't know which side of the ball I'm more disappointed in. So let me shut up and let's start there. Tony, which side of the ball let you down more in this game?
I would have to Jesus Christ.
It's tough. It's tough because
if you think about it, we were worried about the defense, right? Yes, the defense got gashed with a fucking run game, but the defense also got 2 sacks. The defense had an opportunity to recover a football in positive territory and potentially put points on the ground, on the boards. They couldn't play on a fumble. Like, I just – listen, this was just not the 49ers night. I don't care what anyone says. My opinion, I think the odds were stacked against them. Coming off a exhausting game, a back-and-forth game on a short week versus a team who had an extra day that's a physical football team. It's just not a good match. And it is what it is. They chose this game Saturday, 8:30, whatever, 8 o'clock start. It is what it is. That's the league. But, I mean, come on. Throw the fucking 49ers a bone. Give them the Sunday night matchup. Why couldn't they get the extra day rest? Who knows?
You can't have 2 back-to-back Sunday night football games. It's like a league rule, so that was never going to happen. And this game was too important for it to not be in prime time. They didn't have a choice, Tony.
Mike, that's a major disadvantage on a team that just played their balls off.
I hear you.
Battle. I mean, come on. You want to be – let's talk about fair. Let's be fair. I don't give a shit about that rule. You want competition? Like, how do you know Trent couldn't have played? How do you know Pearsall couldn't have played on another day rest? Now you're talking about potentially a different ball game.
So here's the issue. There's no Monday night football in the final week of the season because playoffs start, and they start on Saturday. So you don't want to have a team playing on Monday night that potentially could play on a Saturday. That's why they don't do that. That's number one. So Monday night is off the table. And then there's just this weird league rule that a team can't have a primetime game back-to-back on Sundays. They can't have the Sunday night game in back-to-back games. And so because of that, the number one spot for the entire NFC was on the line. The NFL was going to make sure they put this in prime time. Now, could they have done us a favor and just made it a regular 4 p.m. start on Sunday? They could have. But then who was going to play tonight? Tell me another game. You're going to see you want the AFC game out there instead? You want the Steelers and Ravens instead of Niners? I mean, I would have been okay with that as a Niners fan. I would have been okay with that. But do you think the NFL wanted to see that?
I don't really care about that. That's the NFL's problem to figure out who they're going to put. My issue is this: the Niners I understand, there's someone talking shit in the chat. Yeah, Seattle drove cross country. That's fine. That's great. But they also weren't in a shootout with the Chicago Bears, and the 49ers are a banged up team. It is what it is. I mean, I guess so. My biggest thing is, it comes down to this, right? Like you said, the 49ers defense gave up 13 points. They only gave up 1 touchdown to Seattle, who's supposed to be this juggernaut as an offense. But on the other hand, they couldn't stop them versus the run, which I thought they would have had a little bit more better success versus the run. I was hoping that they could have stopped the run a little bit and try to make Darnold beat them. But it is what it is. And I just don't understand how they just didn't pick up. When you see 26 in the game, they run the ball outside. When you see number 9 in the game, they run it inside. Like, if I'm sitting on the couch noticing that through 3/4 of the game, how could they not notice it?
Well, so I'm going to come back to that. But, Tony, I noticed that you are struggling to answer the first question. This is not to call you out or anything like that, but the question that I asked you was, which side are you more disappointed with? And I understand why it's tough to answer, right?
Disappointed.
While it looks like we only gave up 13 points, but hear me out. While it looks like we only gave up 13 points, there were 3 other scoring opportunities that we missed. Or that Seattle missed, right? So they went for it on 4th down. We got the ball back one time where they could have kicked the field goal. Then they also had 2 missed field goals. So just right there, that's 9 more points that Seattle could have had. This could have been easily 22, at least 22-3. in this game. I mean, can you tell me the last time a Kyle Shanahan-led team only scored 3 points in a game? And that's why I'm struggling. I understand why you're struggling to answer the question. I wanted you to pick a side so I could take the other side and we could just make this a good show. But I'm going to give it back to you. Which side are you more disappointed in? Because they converted 3rd and 17 with a 19-yard gain. They converted 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9s, 3rd and 7s. I mean, it didn't matter what the fucking third down was. They converted them all. We just couldn't stop them on third downs, it seemed like.
Well, in crucial – well, I mean, look at the first drive. They stopped them inside the 5-yard line on 4 downs. They stopped them. The defense stopped them. So when you see them do something like that, right, they haven't had sacks in how many weeks? All of a sudden they get 2 sacks today. They were consistently pressuring Darnold, things that we spoke about, right? They did that.
I don't know if it was consistently, but I get you. They did get pressure on him a lot more.
Like they were consistently pressuring Darnold. Darnold was running around the pocket. How many times Darnold stepped up in the pocket and ran? Like they were getting back there. The problem is maybe you didn't see it as much because all they were doing at one point was just running the ball because they couldn't stop it. So what I'm trying to say to you is my thought process was I thought they could stop the run, but they couldn't. So the run beat them, not Sam Darnold. The running game beat.
So is it the defense you're more disappointed in?
I'm disappointed in both. I got to be honest with you.
Me too. But so neither side carries more weight.
I can't pick one because they had a golden opportunity to jump on a fumble, that Sam Darnold fumble, where Gross Matos hit him right in the chest, and he just couldn't land on it. And that was in positive field position because it was in Seattle's territory. And how do you know they couldn't compile a touchdown out of that? Now you're talking about a different ball.
Maybe, but we also had a 1st and goal and we turned the ball over also. So who knows what would have happened if we could have. But that's what that's kind of my point, right? For the first time in a really, really, really long time, I don't know that if the offense got the ball, they would have been able to do shit with it, and that's what terrifies me. I would have never thought that coming off this last couple of games that we've had here, this offense has scored 13 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Tony, we didn't get one tonight. Not a single touchdown tonight. Is Kyle Shanahan afraid of Mike Macdonald? Like, what did we just witness?
I just think Mike Macdonald has Kyle Shanahan's number.
Bro, that's terrifying because we play them twice a year.
His defense is created to stop this offense. He did it in Baltimore. He did it in Seattle. And if you look at the track record of this defense, if you look at how they align, their second level of the defense sits at 7 yards. And they just react.
The Niners. Sweet spot for the Niners.
They sit at 7. So one of their safeties, if they have a big nickel, Umanuri, that kid, I don't know how to say his last name, he'll sit at 7. One of their corners will sit at 7. And then you'll see Ernest Jones drop to 10 yards. So what are they doing? They're taking away 2 levels of the middle of the defense.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Is it funny how you have not heard you didn't hear a peep from Love, the safety? You didn't hear nothing from Love today because they couldn't throw the ball.
You didn't need to. They didn't get that far down the field.
That's what I'm saying, because they took those routes away. So Brock Purdy was not throwing those routes. So what did they do? They tried to hit the outside. He made a nice throw to Robinson in the beginning of or at the end of the first half, or coming out of the first half. He made a nice throw to the sideline to Robinson. But it just looks like this offense was totally out of whack the minute they stepped on the field. And could it be Kyle didn't know how to adjust for not having Trent Williams there? Trent Williams was a massive loss. Why? Because George Kittle didn't run routes.
Pleasance wasn't terrible. He wasn't great. I don't even know if I would say that he was good.
But do me a favor.
He wasn't terrible.
You're right, but watch the replay and look who's right on his right side, George Kittle. So that could be the reason why this offense couldn't get in sync.
All right. So go ahead.
Because Kittle was helping him.
Okay. So with that, then where was Tungus? Because if you're going to tell me that Kittle has to stay in as a blocker, we have a capable receiving tight end, and Kyle refused to run 2 pass-catching tight ends on the field at the same time. Why? Tony, please, for the love of God, help me here. Tungus did not show up on the field at all tonight. And this guy filled in beyond admirably in the absence of George Kittle all season long. Please help me. If you know that you don't have Trent Williams going into this game, if you know for a fact that you don't have Trent Williams going into this game, and George Kittle is insisting on being active and playing, and now your game plan is, okay, Pleasant's going to get help from George Kittle. Why don't you have another pass-catching tight end on the field? And don't tell me it's because we used Kyle Juszczyk all night long, because we didn't. Kyle Juszczyk was fucking non-existent the whole second half of the game. He was on the field twice. Go ahead, you got it. Go.
When you go in a situation like this, right? When you have a defense that on film sits in the middle of the field, so what do you got to do? You can't bring a tight end in and condense the middle of the field using two tight ends where it's not as spacing. Kyle's trying to get the spacing with the wide receivers. So by putting Jennings out there, by putting Bourne out there, by putting Robinson out there, and you're spreading them out from left to right, they're trying to find windows in the middle of the field. That's what they're trying to do by putting Tungus in there. And if you go two tight end set, okay, so now you have two inline tight ends or one flexed off one on the right or the left side of the formation, whatever they align to. You're not going to get the spacing like you would if you go with three wide receivers, or even if you go 21 personnel and put empty backfield and put McCaffrey out wide. Kyle's offense is all about spacing.
I get that. Now hear me out. Our top three wide receivers for the night, which by the way, were Jawan Jennings, Demarcus Robinson, and Kendrick Bourne. All those guys run a sub 4.5. They might run a sub 4.6, Tony.
Okay.
It can't get much worse than putting Tungus out there. Tungus didn't make it so, everything is going to be underneath. He's another viable option. That's all I'm saying. He's another viable option, and Kyle just fucking ignored it. He refuses to put two pass-catching capable tight ends on the field at the same time, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Maybe I'm looking at it in a different way. I do get what you're saying as far as spacing and how you're telling the defense everything is going to be in the mid-range. I do understand what you're saying. If you put all these mid-range players out there to pre-snap, then obviously you don't have to worry about the deep shots. Tony, how many times did you see Sky Moore on the field tonight? Don't answer it yet. Tony, how many times did you see Jordan Watkins on the field tonight? You can answer now if you want to, but here's what I will tell you. Not one time was I worried about a deep pass. Kyle did it the last offensive drive. He took two shots down the field that were more than 15 yards. That was the only time the entire game, bro. And they were all to slower wide receivers. So you can't tell me that it's like, well, if you're predicting where you're going to go with the ball, because he did that shit anyway. He did it anyway. I just don't get what Kyle's thinking.
I don't know.
Help me. Help me feel. I don't know. Bro, Christian McCaffrey had 8 rushes tonight, Tony.
Because they couldn't run the ball. They got no.
We ran the ball. We were down one score all game long, and we had, without looking at the stats, please, I hope you didn't look at the stats. Tony, how many rushing attempts do you think the Niners had tonight?
I couldn't even tell you. I really don't
Over
know.
or under on your thoughts of 15 rushing attempts? Over or under?
I'd say under.
Tony, it was fucking 10. It was fucking 10. You got Christian McCaffrey and Brian Robinson, bro. We were down one score all night long, Tony.
But you could have Bijan Robinson, and if you don't get push up front, you're not going to – it doesn't matter. There was no spacing. There was no holes. There was nothing. They couldn't get in the rhythm up front. The problem is that defense –
go ahead.
That defense was a step ahead of Kyle Shanahan the whole night. They're more physical. They're more athletic. They play downhill better. They're just a better defense than the 49ers offense. When you
Brian Robinson averaged 4.5 yards a carry, bro.
Huh?
Brian Robinson averaged 4.5 yards a carry. You got to run the ball, Tony.
How many carries?
He only had 2. He only had 2.
So there you go. How do you know it? One
Are you agreeing with me?
No, but what I'm saying is you're basing that off of 2 carries. So how do you know one wasn't for 6 and the other one wasn't for 2? And you do 2 divided by 2 divided by 8. That's 4. That's how you get
it was 6. It was 6 and 3.
But that's what
his long was 6.
There was no consistency up front. They were getting dominated. When you get dominated, you cannot run the ball.
Or when you abandon the run, you can't run the ball either.
But Mike,
when you abandon the run, you can't run the ball. The Niners had 40 offensive snaps and we ran the ball 10 times. That's terrible.
Because they weren't getting nowhere. They were not getting no push.
Oh, God.
I don't just understand how you can't see that the Niners got absolutely bitch slapped up front today. That's all it comes down to. So what you're saying is this. So you abandon the run. You're justifying the abandonment of the run because we weren't getting any offensive line push. And what you're also saying is we didn't have any deep threats, so you're forced to throw into the strength of the Seattle defense. And that was the game plan all night long? I don't know what his game plan was, and I don't even think he knew what it was because it didn't look like he had a game plan.
The game plan looked to me like Kyle wanted to react to what they were showing on defense versus making the defense react to what he was showing on offense. And every time Kyle gets into a game plan like that, we've seen it against Flores, we've seen it against Jim Schwartz, we lose those games.
And what does that tell you?
We lose those games every fucking time.
But what does that tell you?
It tells me that Kyle is scared of certain defensive coordinators in the NFL.
There you go.
So
I think he's over Schwartz. Flores, he hasn't played in a while, but I will tell you this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Mike McDaniel's in Kyle's head. I don't care what anyone says, and I'm not saying fire Kyle for all the No. Kyle
Shanahan is hands down the coach of the year. There's not a single coach in the entire NFL that has had to overcome as many injuries as what Kyle Shanahan has. And then in the last week of the game, yes, we lost. But your team is in position to play for the number 1 spot. Kyle Shanahan is the fucking coach of the year. Anybody saying get rid of Kyle Shanahan, you can go ahead and leave you can leave this video right now. Because that is not what we're doing. What we are doing is trying to find out which side of the ball we are more upset about. No one is saying, well, let me speak for myself, and let me speak for Tony. We are not saying fire Kyle Shanahan. That is not what we're saying. The question was simply which side of the ball, which coordinator were you more upset about? That's it. Kyle Shanahan has done significantly more with significantly less than any of these other Coach of the Year candidates in the NFL, and that's not 49ers bias. It's not. You can't tell me of the other 5 guys that are in the running for Coach of the Year candidates have had to deal with half of the major injuries the 49ers have. They don't exist. So
and
miss me with that.
2 more in this game, right? D. Winters went down. Who else went down?
Bethune went down. He ended up coming back, and then he went out again. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, who in the entire fuck is Garrett Wallow? Who the fuck is this guy, and why is he wearing 49?
Because
somebody told me that 49 was a number that only what's that running back's coach name? What's his name? Bobby Turner. Somebody told me that Bobby Turner is the only player that can sign 49. This guy's a fucking linebacker. Who the fuck is 49, bro?
They claimed him. They claimed him off waivers like 3 weeks ago when someone got hurt or something, and they moved up. Someone got hurt. They moved what's his name into the starting role or something, and they needed to fill. Oh, when Robinson got hurt, so they brought him in as a special teams guy to replace Robinson. When Robinson took over, not when he was hurt, when Robinson took over as a starter, when Bethune went down. So they brought this guy, and he's just a special teams dude. But, of course, injuries happen, and you just keep going down the depth chart. But usually
get his pink ass off the field. His pink ass should never suit up for the 49ers again, ever. You're doing a discredit to the 49ers wearing number 49, and you're going to play like that. The last number 49 that I was proud of was fucking Bruce Miller. And then he went and beat up senior citizens. Get his pink ass off this fucking team, bro. Now, Tony, I want to ask you this before we go to Kyle Shanahan. I'm going to play the Kyle Shanahan part of the presser. All right? I want to ask you this really quick. And this is going to be a little bit of revisionist history. The Niners are playing for the number 1 seed tonight, despite the lack of moves leading up to the trade deadline. The week before the trade deadline, they acquired Keion White. Keion White had a decent game. I saw him out there a couple of times tonight. He made some plays tonight. I'll give him his credit. Knowing what you know now, do you think that the Niners could have been a little bit more active at the trade deadline? If you knew that we were going to be this close and this many key players or plays away, do you think that the Niners should have done a little bit more at either the trade deadline or even after, right? When you find out that certain players are getting cut, right? There was a good defensive lineman that just recently got released. There was a good corner that recently got released by the Cowboys, right? The Niners did nothing to go out there after these guys. They didn't make phone calls. They didn't pick up the phone at all. They just said, we're going to run with our roster and see what happens.
Well, no, what's his name got claimed? They both got claimed. Oh, no. Jordan cleared waivers. Diggs got claimed by the Green Bay Packers. So Diggs wasn't even an option for them. Matthew Jordan could have been an option, but I don't know.
You don't think what don't you know? We couldn't have used him?
I'm not saying we couldn't have, but maybe they just didn't feel he was the right fit. I don't know what they think. I really don't.
Okay.
Clearly they could use anybody.
Let me bring in Kyle Shanahan, and while I'm doing that, I want to go on record right now and say this. If the 49ers bring Chris Kocurek back again next year, we are fucked. Chris Kocurek needs to go. You guys can disagree with me, and I respect that. That's fine. Chris Kocurek is the most overrated position coach on the entire 49ers roster. He gets absolutely nothing from these guys. I don't see development of any of these players, any of them, not a single one of them. I see no development from defensive linemen. They come in as finished products. He doesn't make anybody better than what they were. Not a single one. Tony, if you disagree with me, now's the time to do so. And I'm not going to argue with you. Please give me some light. Shed some light on me and tell me a defensive lineman that Chris Kocurek has improved.
I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to think that I think the issue with this defense is the scheme up front, at least. I don't think this wide nine is the answer.
Well, who does the wide nine come from? It came from Chris Kocurek.
I know. I'm just saying. I don't think that. I mean, listen, on third and long situation, sure, because you get the benefit on the edge, but I just don't think they have the personnel for that type of scheme up front. I think they should go to a more
traditional,
aggressive, more like traditional alignments. You want to play over under, that's fine, but let's be more aggressive up front. Like I don't know.
And you know what hurts me the most about this? When I sit around, I watched players on that defensive line play their asses off tonight. Sam Okuwanu got held 3 times, no flags.
Absolutely.
Sam Okuwanu went out there and got sacks, right? I see these guys going out there playing their asses off, right? You got rookies like Collins going out there and playing his ass off. You got West trying his damnedest. This team is not without dogs. There are dogs on this team for sure. But when I step back and I look at it and I start to assess, when I break down the film, when I'm watching in real time, without even having to break down the film and do some extensive deep dive or anything like that, I see dogs on the field and the coaches not putting them in the best position. And that's what pisses me off the most. Because now people are upset with the players, and it's not the fucking players. That play by Stout when he made that tackle with a guy right on him, that little screen play, phenomenal play. Right? You got a guy from Jersey out there in Jair Brown making good plays every once in a while, but they keep putting him in shit positions, bro. They're putting him in terrible fucking positions. Robert Saleh pissed me off tonight. Chris Kocurek pissed me off tonight. Kyle Shanahan pissed me off tonight. And I can't wait to see what kind of excuses he makes here. Is there anything else you want to say before I hit play on this part of Kyle Shanahan's presser?
No. I'm going to hear this. We'll get a good laugh.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get to this bullshit. Stupid ass.
All right, guys. Injuries from the game. D. Winters had an ankle, didn't return. Tatum Bethune, groin, didn't return. Brock Purdy had a stinger there at the end. He would have returned. Luke Gifford had a quad and returned. Go ahead.
Any of those seem like they could linger into next week?
Possibly with Tatum and D. I'm not sure about Luke. They said Purdy would have gone back in. He checked out all right, but that's what we got now.
What do you just think of Seattle's defense, especially the pressure they put on Brock?
I mean, it's what we expected. I mean, just with their defense, we expected to do better than we did, but we knew it was a good defense. We knew that in week one. We knew it from watching tape all week. We knew it would be a challenge, and they got us in a number of moments. Had a couple opportunities, I thought, that we missed. And you can't miss those versus a team like that.
All right, I'm pausing it already. They said, what'd you think of Seattle's defense? He said, it's what we expected and what we planned for all season. Tony, what does that even mean? So you knew they were going to come in this aggressive. You knew they were going to come in this good. You knew they were going to play the way that they did, and you still only put up 3 points.
I don't know.
Already, Kyle is swaying my opinion on which side of the ball was worse. He's already swaying my opinion, bro. He can't come to the podium and say that. Tell me they threw some looks at us we weren't expecting. They blitzed at times that they normally didn't blitz at. Make up some shit. Make me second guess what I saw during the game. Because this is the Seattle defense that I expected to see also. You knew you weren't going to have Pearsall out there. You knew all week that you weren't going to play Pearsall. I don't give a shit about that limited practice that he had at the very end of the week. I don't care about that. You knew you weren't going to play him. That was a decision that you guys made. So you chose to run Robinson and Jennings and Bourne out there. And this is the best that you could do? I'm more disappointed in Kyle. Where was this guy more deep speed guy? Where was the Jordan Watkins deep speed guy? He didn't show it all game long. Oh, well, we don't have our guys. We're just going to run out there and do whatever we do. Just going through the fucking motions. This isn't Madden. This isn't a video game. You get to really sit back and make adjustments. You had all fucking season to prepare for this game. And he said you watched the tape, and this is what you expected. So your best game plan against a defense that you were well prepared for, based off of what he just said, warranted 3 points. That terrifies me going into the postseason, Tony.
Oh, they're going to get smoked. Bro. This team can't. In my opinion, this team can't. There's no way they could compete. Right. In my opinion, they can't.
All right. Oh, and let me go ahead and get this out the way. I know this isn't a super chat. I'm going to get to the super chat soon. I promise you that. I promise you I'm going to get to the super chats. But this right here, I'm not against these uniforms at all. I'm not against these uniforms at all. One, they look good. Two, the defense only allowed 13 points. The defense only allowed 13 points. If you're going to wear these uniforms and we're only going to get 13 points by the opposing team, wear them every fucking game. I know that we're very superstitious. Kyle wears that stupid-ass hat that he's wearing because he thought it was good luck and all that shit. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not, bro. I'm not blaming these uniforms or anything. I'm not going to say that they're bad luck, Tony. I know you disagree. You can tell everybody why you disagree. You said something before we started, and I think it's a valid point. Let me get my bullshit out the way, and then you give me your opinion on it. But I like these uniforms. I think that these uniforms look good. I understand that our record in these black uniforms may not be the best. I get it. But if you're going to tell me that the defense is only going to give up 13 fucking points in a must-win game with these black uniforms on, then fucking wear these black uniforms. There was no issue with seeing these guys or anything like that. Tony, what are your thoughts on the uniforms?
Just like it's not. I don't know. They're nice, but I just don't like them, and I don't like the statement and the persona they tried to put out there as far as blackout, like black. No. The 49ers don't wear, like, you look at the history of the 49ers, they wore black jerseys twice. And they're since 1946. Okay? The 49ers are a red and gold team. You want to wear the shadow jerseys, the throwback Super Bowl ones like they wore versus the Bears, fine, that's cool. But why did you have to put like this persona, do the sidewalls black and then like black helmets, black this, black that? They didn't even get it right because they didn't do the fucking end zones black. Last time they wore black jerseys, they painted the end zones black. So
they didn't even commit to it,
huh?
They didn't commit to the blackout.
It just wasn't. It didn't feel right. Like you want to wear that uniform, fine. You wear it like in the middle of the season, like all other teams do. Why did they wait? It's like they knew it. They knew they might need something at the end of the year to get them through. And honestly, I think it blew up in their face. That's just my opinion on it. I just like, I don't know.
All right. Let's go ahead and get back to Kyle Shanahan, man. They didn't even fully commit to the blackout. They didn't even fully commit to it, man. Like you said, hell, at least they saved a couple of dollars on the fucking paint job, right? Like, get the fuck out of here, man. All right, Kyle, you're up, bro. Let's go.
I want to put it on one play, but you imagine if you are able to recover that fumble, might be a very different game.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch of plays, though. And chance to recover that fumble could be different. Chance to stop them on 3rd and 17 on that run could be different. You know, the turnover at the end inside the 5. Their 3rd and 2, our 4th and 2. Number of plays that could make it different.
That's a struggle, more than we've seen in a long time. Obviously, the defense is really good. What did you think of the execution?
I mean, I think when you have, having 40 plays, couldn't get the run game going. I think we only had 12 runs. I think we converted 1 third down.
He's wrong. It was 10 with running backs. It was 10 with running backs.
Series, I think, the only series that we got the score on. But you convert 2 third downs in a game. They control the clock for 40 minutes. Versus good, just kind of the opposite of what happened last game. I thought we did better on our 3rd downs. We played them in week 1. We had the ball for 40 minutes. We averaged about 3 yards a carry in that game, but we stayed on the field, so we were able to get 36 runs. Today, the run average was similar, but we only got 12 of them, and they
exactly
controlled the ball, kept it from us, and when we had to get something going, we didn't stay on the field on 3rd.
No, see, no, Kyle, no. You can't tell me the week 1 we ran the ball the right way, we controlled the clock, and then say this week we didn't. We averaged the same amount of yards per carry this game also. You, Kyle, abandoned the run game. And this is the shit that pisses me off about him. He just said it himself. Oh, well, game 1 we only averaged about 3 yards a carry. Guess what we averaged this game? Here, let's do some quick math. Let's do some quick math here, okay? Christian McCaffrey averaged 2.9 a carry, and Brian Robinson averaged 4.5 a carry. Now, I'm no mathematician, but that's 7 yards a carry. We averaged 3.5 a carry. Either way, it's 3+. You abandon the run. And he's going to sit here and say, oh, well, we had 12 carries. You're going to count the 2 from Brock Purdy? You really counting that? You really counting that, bro? You ran the ball 10 times all game with your running backs. Fail in a 1-possession game 90% of the time. 90% of this game is a 1-possession game. You abandoned the run, Kyle. Don't sit here and try to dress it up like, oh, we weren't successful. No, bullshit. It was the same amount of success as week 1. Tony, do you disagree with what I'm saying?
No, I mean, I don't know. I just think this game was a disaster from the beginning. Everything about it just didn't feel right. I'm just telling you my opinion.
All right.
I text you. I put it in the group chat. I said that they're going to lose this game. It just didn't. It didn't feel like there was no feel. Like you saw the way the team came out versus the Bears, man. Yeah, he threw a pick 6. Bang! What did he do? Boom, 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 right down the field. Boom, 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 right down the field. Like you didn't see that. So that tells me that this defense did not allow Kyle to get into his groove as a play call. Like you saw him on the sidelines. He was looking up at the scoreboard like, oh, shit, defense is not going to do it today. So you just saw like that look on his face. I just think that Mike McDonald has his number and until he could do something different. And I'm not saying I want him fired. No, I do not want Kyle Shanahan fired. But like
he's got to get out of his own way.
In the beginning of the year, yes, they went up to Seattle and beat them. Brock Purdy did throw 2 turnovers, 2 interceptions that game, or they had 2 turnovers, 1 interception and a fumble, I think. I don't remember. But on the other hand, this is the game, like, and they just did not show up.
And Kyle came out and said, in the pregame production or whatever it is where they meet with the commentators and Buck and Aikman and the sideline report and all that shit, he said, this game is 2 for 1. We win tonight, we win 2 weeks in a row because of the bye week being on the line. And the best that he could fucking muster up was 10 rushing attempts and 3 points. That's all I need to know. I would have never guessed that we would only rush the ball that many times. I've seen this team stubbornly run the ball over and over and over for 2.5, 3 yards a pop and just keep it moving. Like this was fucking absurd what we saw tonight. But we got to get to the rest of this presser, so let's go ahead and do it, man, because I'm getting furious the more he talks.
Wanting to stay here and not go back on the road, and now you know that you have to. Just what's the feeling and what have you seen?
Oh, we're ready for it. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice to, have to have a home game here, or both home games, and get a bye. But it is what it is. I mean, this team's been through a lot this year. Now we got to do it the hard way, and we'll embrace the shit out of doing it the hard way, and look forward to it.
Could you try to get the guys to be upbeat after this one, or do you want, do you understand any kind of disappointment I might feel? What was the mood of that?
Oh, disappointed. Those guys, I mean, regardless of how well we did, I mean, our guys really fought out there. Our guys were exhausted after the game, like we are after every game. I told them to enjoy tomorrow. We don't know whether we're going to play Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. We don't know who we're going to play until after the afternoon game. But when they come in here Monday, come in ready to go, wherever we got to go. And hopefully we can earn it a chance to see that team again.
How close or not close were Trent and Pearsall to play?
They were pushing it. It would have been too risky to play them, though. But they pushed all the way up to the end. But it would have been the smartest decision by us to let them.
All right, I got to pause it here again. Tony, let me ask you this question, man. Let me ask you this. Game time decisions for I don't know if Trent was really a game time decision, but for Pearsall at least. Tony, are you concerned with the availability of Ricky Pearsall?
I mean, you have to be at this point.
Yes.
You have to be. But the sad thing is the injury that he's out with now was because of a hip drop tackle that was not called. So they're supposed to be doing player safety, and we lost a player for a game that's a very important game. I'm not making it's not an excuse, but I mean, it kind of is. But you need someone you could depend on out there. But I mean, listen, I don't know.
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall concerns the shit out of me. And if he's going to be our number one wide receiver going forward, guess what? We need to draft a wide receiver in the first round. We do. He is just not somebody available. All right, you got the gunshot shit bullshit going on in your first season. You come in later on in the year. This year, you're in and out of the lineup consistently. Even when you make a good play, you're on the sideline for the next 2 or 3 series. Like, he is not going to be dependable. He's not. And we got to figure out a way around it. I told everybody when the season started, do not count on Trent Williams playing 15, 16 games because he hasn't done it in his NFL career except 1 or 2 times. He's not going to do it this year. I mean, look, it is what it is. And I love Trent Williams, and I want him to come back. Let me be clear with what I'm saying. I want Trent Williams to come back next year, right? But we need some help. And if those are the 2 guys that this offense is going to live and die with, it's bullshit. And we are going to continue to die if that's the reason why it's going to happen this way. You guys can tell me about hip drop tackles and all that. I hear you. I understand why the injury happened. Availability is availability. And whether you're here or not, that's just what it is. You know, I see Ricky Pearsall go down. 90% of the time when Ricky Pearsall is tackled, he falls to his knees. So you can tell me about the hip drop tackles. He still falls into his knees every single time it happens. So it's going to be the same risk every time. Every time. So it doesn't change his availability. If the knee and the leg are bad and you continue to fall on your knee or your leg, even when you're tackled the normal way, it's going to be the same shit. It's going to be the same thing. All right, let's go ahead and get back to it. Let's see what he has to say.
This game was on Sunday. They have maybe a chance to.
Oh yeah, much better chance.
Best team, NFC, other than yourself?
I don't know. I mean, anytime you got a good defense, a very good defense, a good offense. I mean, they've been showing that they're one of the best teams in this league all year. That didn't feel much different than the team we played in week 1. I thought the game was a little bit similar in terms of the battle on both sides just to get in the end zone. But they've earned the number 1 seed. They played like that throughout the whole year, and we're going to have to earn the chance to get to play them again.
Any specific area defensively where you have trouble coping more than anything else?
No, I mean it's similar to what they do each week. You know, they got a good pass rush. They're tough to run the ball against, and they're tough to get explosives against. So.
4th and 2, Kyle, play action. Is that looking for something over the middle there? I didn't really see anybody who you could have directly thrown it to.
Oh yeah, we would have hit Kittle. He was on a corner. No, he was extremely open. You know, they had one guy had to cover 2, a go route and Kittle, but we got beat inside on that and weren't able to hang in there for it. I think it was Lawrence who showed up right when the quarterback got to the top of his drop.
Don't tell me about the one or two throws that Brock Purdy missed. Yeah, he missed some people out there tonight. Don't tell me about that. This game did not come down to 1 or 2 throws. And even if it did, that's no excuse. He has to be perfect to get 10 points. I mean, let's pretend that he hit those 2 throws. What difference in score are we talking about here? We needed much more than 1 or 2 throws where Purdy missed somebody. And I see people saying, oh, he missed some wide open people. Yeah, he did 2 or 3 times. Tops. Absolute tops. Is that the difference in this game? Tony, do you think that 2 or 3 throws by Brock Purdy was the difference in winning or losing this game? Honestly, tell me.
I would say maybe getting in the end zone, like maybe getting a touchdown and getting it a little closer, I would say. But I mean, winning the game, I don't know, man. It's just it's terrible. What I just watched. I don't know. This is a massive game for this team, and they just showed up and just fucking threw out a dud. And it's everything that we thought we were hoping for. It was the opposite, right? I'm speaking for myself. I thought they could compete versus the run and try to slow them down a little bit and not let them go batshit crazy in the run game and make Darnold beat them. And it was the total opposite. They couldn't stop the run, and Darnold really didn't have to throw the ball around much. So I don't know. I'm just so confused by this game. They thought they were just going to show up and win the game. It kind of looked like, I don't know.
All right.
I mean, defense, defensively, we had to expect this because they warned us in the beginning of the year. There's going to be bumps and bruises. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be, tough games, and there's going to be games where they're going to play okay because of the inexperience. And then you add the injuries, and it's severely inexperienced. And what do we thought that they could compete, at least try to compete. And I thought they played good in some instances, and then they played piss poor in other instances. And then the offense, I just don't understand how he could sit there and say, yeah, we knew what they were going to do. And then you come out and you wait till 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter to start attacking that defense and going down the field.
Yeah. Why wait so late? The last drive of the game is when you decide to start throwing the ball down the field.
That's what I'm saying.
It was there for the taking the whole fucking game, bro.
I don't know.
And if you do it earlier, then you space out this compacted defense. Tony started the show with saying that they play 7 yards. That 7-yard area is where they play. Tony started the show with saying that. And they're going to continue to play into that all game long if you don't ever take any shots down the field. I would have been very happy with a 30, 40-yard pass attempt down the field, even if it was incomplete or intercepted. They know that it's in our bag now, and we're not afraid to try it. They didn't do it all game until the last offensive drive. That ended in, by the way, a Christian McCaffrey forced turnover. Where was it all game long? Bullshit, bro. Bullshit by this guy on the screen right now and Kyle Shanahan. Kyle, you let us down, bro. It's that simple.
Now, here's a question.
Go.
Do you think he maybe was trying to come up with ways to force McCaffrey to get the 1,000?
No, because he only targeted McCaffrey on seven passes, and everything was a check down. It was less than 5 yards every single one of them. Every single one of them. Christian McCaffrey finished the game with 7 targets, 6 receptions for 34 yards, and 3 of those receptions he got yards after the catch. So no, I don't think they were trying to force this whole. He didn't throw to Christian McCaffrey until our 3rd or 4th offensive drive. I don't think this was one of those things where he was like, all right, let's see if we can get McCaffrey the 110 yards. I don't think it was that at all. At all. McCaffrey finished this game with 34 passing yards, bro. Or receiving yards, I should say. He finished the game with 34 receiving yards. 23 rushing, 34 receiving. Absolutely unacceptable for a team that is without any of their top wide receivers and George Kittle being a fucking afterthought. George Kittle, who I thought had a good game until I looked at the stats, finished the game with 29 receiving yards.
Yeah.
It didn't even feel like George Kittle only had 29 receiving yards. It felt like he had much more because they were so impactful when they finally threw the ball to him. Yeah. I would have never guessed that it was only 29 yards.
Oh, you're right.
It's bullshit. All right. Let's go ahead and get back to Kyle Shanahan, man. I apologize.
I'll see when.
And by the way, as soon as this Kyle Shanahan thing is over, we're going to get to the super chats. I'm going to get in my bag at some point. I'm going to talk some shit about this Niners being the most feared team in the postseason. I'm going to get in my bag. It's going to happen. Whether Tony is here with this or not, I am going to get in my bag. There were certain things that I wanted to happen, that needed to happen, that did happen in this game. I'm not going to highlight them right now, but when Kyle Shanahan is done, I'm getting to the super chats, and then I'll go ahead and get to it. All right? So just stay patient, faithful.
Watch the tape, but I thought Brock battled out there. The one drive we got something going on where we turned it over there inside the 5. But he made some big plays on that drive. I thought he battled throughout the game. I know he was under duress, which we had a feeling that would be the case going into the game. But, I mean, none of us played good enough to win, but I'm not disappointed at all in Brock. I thought he battled like he always does and did some good things.
All right, he's talking about Brock here. Tony, why didn't he try to move the pocket? Why didn't he move Brock more? He moved Brock 4 times this game, and all 4 of them were successful plays. No, I'm lying. One of them, he missed the pass. So 3 out of the 4. 75% of the time, he moved Brock, and they were positive gains. Why didn't he do it more often?
I don't know. I don't know the answer. It's like he didn't know what to. I'm telling you, there was nothing fluid about the offense whatsoever. Like usually, he'll come out, run the ball, or go 3 wide receiver sets and throw it on 1st and 10, make it like 2nd and 4, then try to run it, and then do the bootleg to the right with someone doing a shallow crosser. Like there was no.
It didn't exist.
There was no rhythm. There was no where was the script? Like I didn't even
now you're cooking. Yeah.
There was no script. Like I don't know. Usually when you see his scripted plays, you're like, all right, wow. He's pretty good. They're keeping him more balanced. But
Kyle had 4 drives in the script, and it warranted the Niners nothing. 4 drives within the script, and it warranted the Niners nothing.
It's crazy.
Unacceptable. And that gives me my answer. I started the show with which side of the ball are you more disappointed in? It's official now. It was the offense. It was the offense. You knew what you were getting into. The defense plays reactionary football. The offense is supposed to dictate to the opposing defense. We didn't dictate shit tonight. Not a single time we were out there. And I can't say a single time. The couple of times we took shots down the field, they were successful. I blame the offense for tonight's loss. I really, really do.
It's so tough. It's so tough.
Come on, man.
Well, think about it, right? Like, I'm with you. I agree with you. What you're saying, you blame the offense. But, that 3rd and 17, bro, that was a fucking backbreaker. And then they fumbled the ball. And Gross Matos was like literally just looking right at it. I'm like,
right.
Dude, like, come
it
on.
landed in his chest. I'm with you. I'm with you. Those are makeable plays. Those are makeable stops for sure. For sure. That's 2. Third and 12. They converted. That's 3.
3rd and 12. They did a 3rd and 17. The fumble.
Right. 3rd and 9. They converted. That's 4. But this offense had all game long and didn't do shit. And I agree with you. But see, here's the thing, Tony. Right? When we watched that Bears game, we knew going into this game, oh, this defense ain't shit. This defense can't stop a nosebleed. We knew that. We knew that going into this game. And like George,
this game or the Chicago game?
During the Chicago game, right, the Niners happened to win that game. But during that Chicago game and at the conclusion of it, we knew going into this game that we weren't going to be able to stop anybody on offense and that this offense was going to have to come out, our offense was going to have to come out and put up some points. Is that fair to say? We knew after watching the Bears game that our defense wasn't going to be able to stop people majority of the time. True or false?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So that means that the offense has to get in their bag and be successful. That means that the offense is going to have to be the team that goes out there, the side of the ball, that has to go out there and exceed expectations or live up to the expectations you've set for yourself the previous 3 weeks. And they didn't. And that's the disappointing part. This defense, when I step back and look at it from the big picture, 13 points, they didn't let me down. The first down conversions over and over, the third down conversions, whatever you want to call it, right? All the times it let them get third downs, the time of possession, that defense did what we expected them to do. It is a shit defense, bro. The defense is bad. Robert Saleh should be on the clock. If one of these top 5 defensive coordinators become available, the Niners should look to make a move. Robert Saleh is not a good defensive coordinator with this 49ers defense. And don't tell me, oh, he needs Nick Bosa. Don't tell me, oh, he needs 1 player or 2 players. Don't tell me he needs Fred Warner. Because if you, as a defensive coordinator, can't come up with something to generate a stop because you don't have 2 players, you aren't worthy of your position. I don't care. I don't care how it sounds. I don't care how it sounds. You're not worthy of your position, bro. If you're telling me that 2 players completely decapitates your defense and their ability to stop somebody, you're not a good defensive coordinator. And we did this for a year and a half, 2 years with Robert Saleh until he can go out there and get Nick Bosa and Dee Ford. And then we found out he needed both of those guys to be successful. This defense was better with D'Amico Ryans calling shots after Saleh left because D'Amico wasn't dependent on just 1 or 2 guys. D'Amico had a scheme that was sound. He had a scheme that was sound. Not, well, we got this guy and that guy, so they're going to hold us down. Fuck that. Those guys have been gone all year long, and Robert Saleh, you still haven't been able to produce shit. So as far as I'm concerned, if another team comes knocking for Robert Saleh, let his ass go. Let him go. That's how I feel. I'm not speaking for Tony. I'm not speaking on behalf of all 49er fans. I know it's a lot of Hawks fans in here. Cool. Y'all get y'all shit off. I asked y'all to come back. This is your time to gloat. Flood the chat. Flood the fucking chat. Y'all got it. Y'all got the bye week. Y'all got it. I'm cool with it. But I am standing on what I'm saying. D'Amico Ryans is a better defensive coordinator than Robert Saleh. Period. Period. I don't care. You make great players in a good defensive scheme. You don't depend on great players in a good defensive scheme. Tony, do you disagree?
No, I don't even know what to think, Mike. I'm just so shocked.
My man is fried over there. My man is fried over there. Can't believe the bullshit that we just saw.
I don't get it.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to let the tape roll. Come on. Let's get Kyle out of here so I can get to these super chats. Keep those super chats coming. If you guys got a comment you are dying for me or Tony to get to, because we're both going to reply to all the super chats. If you guys got a comment that you want us to get to, I don't care if it's 99 cents, 49 cents. I don't give a shit what it is. We're going to get to those super chats. Keep them coming. Let's go.
You missed a couple short field goals, but 13 points. I mean, how do you think your defense played?
We need to tackle better. We need to play better than that. I was proud that they kept battling and was able.
See? Already, we need to tackle better. We've been a terrible tackling team all fucking year. What are you talking about, Kyle Shanahan? We have been a terrible tackling team all year long. We need to tackle better? Where does it start? Tony, how do teams get better at tackling? Honestly, well, you're the coach on the team. You're the resident GM. You have coaching experience. Tell me, how do teams get better at tackling? Honestly,
I don't know.
I'm asking, not being funny.
Restricted for tackling in practice according to the new collective bargaining agreement for the players? Like, I don't know what they're allowed to do or not, but clearly it's an issue. I mean,
the only thing that changed that I know of from the collective bargaining is 2-a-days are gone. You can still tackle. You can still run full speed. Teams choose not to do it. So I'm asking, how do you get better at tackling? I'm not asking what new rules are in place. How does someone get better at tackling? That's my question.
You get better by tackling. That's you. How you get better at things, you practice them. So you gotta go live in practice. But the problem is they don't want to get people hurt. So what do? You run the risk.
All week long, I heard Kyle talking about we're going half speed. We're doing walkthroughs so Pearsall can play today. Pearsall can practice today because we're doing walkthroughs. He's going to be fine. Trent might be able to participate today in practice because we're doing walkthroughs. Where are the full speed drills? Where are they? Are you telling me that Kyle Shanahan is making Robert Saleh worse because he's deciding to do walkthroughs instead of full speed practices?
I don't know.
I 2-a-days are gone. NFLPA, they got rid of that shit. 2-a-days are gone. All teams in the NFL. You know who I didn't see missing a lot of tackles? The Seahawks. Going into this game, Christian McCaffrey was leading the league with broken tackles. You know how many tackles I saw Christian McCaffrey break today? 1. I saw Christian McCaffrey break 1 tackle all day long, y'all.
Are you fucking kidding me? Excuse me, bitch?
1. You know how many tackles I saw their running backs break? All of them. Fucking all of them. All of them. Do y'all think that the Seahawks were going half-ass for a road game? They had a day of travel. Tony wanted to talk about make it fair. We playing on a short week. They had a day of travel. That nullifies it right there. That nullifies it right there. 1 day of travel versus playing 1 day after the other team, it's nullified right there. Do y'all think that they were going half-ass all week long, like the Niners, giving out rest days to the fucking vets? The Seahawks knew what was on the line today. The Niners played like, oh, we keep resting people. Maybe there's an opportunity that we could, someone be healthier and feel better. Bro, you're either good enough to play or you're not. And that's it. That's it. And they weren't good enough to play. And now you're hampered because it was like, oh, man, it was a game-time decision. Fuck a game-time decision. You're playing based off of the people you know are going to be out there. They broke so many tackles this game. It's fucking disgusting. Every week, it gets more and more broken tackles, missed tackles by the 49ers defense. Every fucking week. Every week. I'm going to shut up. Come on, Kyle, let's go.
We'll hold them to 13 points. That's what gave us a chance there at the end. But we need to play better all around.
You guys have so many missed tackles. Is there reasons for it other than guys over pursuing or Seattle's doing?
No, there's not reasons for it. Just got to be better. All right, guys. Thanks.
You could tell. You could tell he's.
He's what? What are you saying? He's what? He's not burnt out.
No, you could
He
tell
had all
when
week.
he knows. You could tell when he knows it wasn't good. Like
he knows he fucked up, Tony.
Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade. He knows he fucked up. And that's what it is. We're gonna get to these super chats like I promised, man. Let's get to these super chats here. We're gonna answer them in the order that they came in. Yes, I have sound effects for each one. All right, here we go. This is the first super chat of the night here. We got from I don't even know what the fuck I'm reading right now, but the comment says here, retire the damn jerseys. Black ain't for us. Our quest for 6 is fucking difficult. How do we only score 3 damn points all game? CMC, where were you? Tony, the floor is yours.
I agree with the jerseys, but I mean, as far as CMC, where were you? I'm going to go a step further and say the offensive game plan, where was it? Because I didn't see nothing out there that showed any type of script like we talked about before, any type of structure, any type of plays, setting up plays down the road in the game. Like there's just it was stagnant. Like I don't know. I don't know, man.
Like I said earlier, man, I'm not blaming the jerseys for this performance. This was terrible game planning by the offensive and defensive coordinators. Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh should be under the microscope right now. We're heading into the fucking playoffs. People are looking at us and laughing, right? At one point going into the postseason, everybody was like, oh, well, whoever wins the NFC South, that's the team we want to play. I think every team now is out there licking their chops and saying, we want to play the Niners. I think Tampa Bay is saying, we want the Niners.
Of course.
I think the Eagles are saying, we want the Niners.
Saquon Barkley will rush for 1,500 yards versus defense.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like, what are we really talking about here? What are we really talking about here? Christian McCaffrey, he says, where were you? Bro, they didn't call his number all game long. You want the stats for Christian McCaffrey? I got him. Don't worry. I got him. Christian McCaffrey in the past game was targeted 7 times. You know how many he brought in? 6. He did his job. He did his job. The one that he didn't catch went into the arms of somebody else. Was it a bad play by Christian McCaffrey? Yes. It was also tipped by a defensive lineman. I'm not going to blame him 100% of it, but 80% of that is on Christian McCaffrey. Yes, it was tipped by a defensive lineman, but he could have also reeled that one in. That was the one pass that he didn't bring in. So he went 6 for 7 for 34 yards. Maybe they didn't target him enough. I don't know. Christian McCaffrey had 8 carries in this game. 8 carries and averaged 2.9 yards a carry. It's a tough run defense. Top 5 run defense we were going against. So we weren't expecting Christian McCaffrey to come out here and average 6 yards, 7 yards a carry. We weren't expecting it. It should have been around 3. It finished at 3.9, at 2.9. Like Kyle said, same amount that we finished last game at 3. It's the same thing, guys. Just think about it. 2 more yards, and it's an even 3. That's where we were. That's where we were. 1 more yard, and it's an even 3. I blame this on play calling. Thank you, Crip, for your super chat. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Delvin is in here with their first super chat. The Seahawks came into our home and treated us like we were the children, like their children. Burn that New Jersey in the parking lot, please. It isn't us, period. This is 2 super chats in a row where people are complaining about the jerseys, and I'm here to tell y'all are fucking wrong. Y'all are wrong. I get it. Tony agrees with y'all. I know he does, and I'm okay with that. It's not the fucking jerseys, y'all. If these jerseys mean 13 points by the opponents, I say wear them every fucking week. Wear them all postseason. It's not the jerseys. The offense is the letdown. 3-point scoring. Now, if y'all tell me, Mike, Brock Purdy couldn't see his receivers because they were wearing black. Mike, the offensive line couldn't block well because the black jerseys next to them was confusing them. They thought they were having strokes. It was blackouts. That's different. I don't think black is the reason that we lost this game. I don't. Tony, is it the jerseys?
Like I said, I'm not going to repeat myself. You know how I feel about them. I just thought they they tried to do something and it blew up in their face. That's all I'm trying to say. Blackout, this. It is what it is. They did it. They went with it, and it didn't work out. Just wear your jerseys. The 49ers are a red and gold team. Like, I don't understand why they got to go to these jerseys and try to set, like, the tone, a blackout game. Like, what got blacked out was the 49ers offense. So I wouldn't be – I don't know. I just –
Well, I'm here to let you guys know that we're going to wear them next season and the season after that also. It was a 3-season deal for these jerseys. More teams will get them. These Nike rivalry jerseys are here to stay for the next couple of seasons. We're going to wear them next year also. So for those of you who are hoping that we didn't see them, too bad. They're coming back. Just letting you guys know. All right? They're going to be back. And whether you guys like them or not, the team has to learn to fucking play in them. That's it. They practice in them all week long. We saw the highlight clips of the team practicing in the jerseys and in the rain.
But that's the thing. I feel like they were so, like, look at the helmets. Oh, it's hot. Black this. Like, no. Like, it's not about the jersey. Go out and execute a game plan. Play to your ability. It just feels like this whole thing became a distraction, in my opinion.
Man,
that's the way I feel.
The one player that I know was distracted by it was fucking Ricky Pearsall, who did a whole promo for the black jerseys, right? You guys saw the video. And if you didn't see the video, fine. But look it up. Ricky Pearsall does his whole promo. Oh, the black jersey means business and blah, 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 blah. And I think that's what this is all about. We're going out there for business. And his bum ass didn't even play. If you're not playing the game, shut the fuck up and don't talk on the color of the jerseys. If you're out for this game, I don't want to hear shit you got to say about the color of the jerseys that we're wearing in the game. I don't want to hear you at all. Stay on the sideline and shut the fuck up. You didn't play. You didn't take a single fucking snap. I don't want to hear from you leading up to the game. That's how I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too harsh on him. I don't know. But Ricky Pearsall, shut up until you can get your ass on the field. Hakeem the Dream is the next one. Kyle is horrible. Big game coach. 0-3 in the Super Bowl. 0-2. But I'm going to correct you. 0-2. Kyle's only been the head coach in 2 Super Bowls. I'm not counting that other shit against him. He is Andy Reid in Philadelphia. Also, Robert Saleh is overrated as hell. Now I'm finding a hard time disagreeing with you. Tony, what are your thoughts on here? Kyle 0-3 in the Super Bowl and Andy Reid in Philly and Robert Saleh is overrated. What do you think?
I mean, that's Hakeem's opinion. If that's what he feels, that's why he's saying it. I mean, he does struggle in the big games. I think the last Super Bowl versus the Chiefs, it was there for them. I just think the defense shit the bed with Wilkes. We saw what happened with that. People still blame Kyle for it, but Kyle wasn't the issue. Every time the Chiefs scored, Kyle answered, and the defense gave it right back up. So that's where I'm at with that. But as far as Saleh, I mean, guys, I said it before. Saleh is dealing with a bunch of young, inexperienced players. And this is what happens when you go that route, when you try to rebuild the defense, especially potentially due to injuries, of course. And one more thing. Do not bring Fred Warner back. I'm sorry. I don't think it's the smartest thing to do next week if they're talking about it.
No, they said divisional round, not
I wouldn't even do that. Well, they're not going to do that because I don't think they're going to be in a divisional round, but I don't know.
Oh, shit. Tony just gave y'all his prediction. Y'all missed it. He said we're one and done.
No, I mean, Mike, how can you say they have a chance in a divisional round? I mean,
well,
they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the run versus Seahawks. And I think Saquon Barkley is a better running back than both of them combined behind that offensive line. So it's kind of like, let's be real and let's not be fake. I can't see them stopping that run.
I got you. Hakeem the Dream comes back twice here, back to back. He says here, Robert Saleh is vastly overrated. Listen, this year I'm agreeing with it, right? I understand if you lose key players down the stretch, but he's been playing with these same guys all year long, man. All year long. I mean, let's be honest, man. Since week 7, we got 18 weeks of football here. Since week 7, Robert Saleh has known who his players are. This is not good. Robert Saleh is overrated. If another team comes calling for him, I said, let his ass go. He'll be a minority hire if we get a 3rd-round pick. Help the fucking 49ers out. I pray that somebody comes calling.
He's got to be here 2 years.
Exactly. All right. I'm going to skip one here. Tony, I'm going to give this one to you. I got to step away for a half a second. I know you got to go soon, so I want you to take your time on this one here. It's the first chat that we have from this person. All right. Oh, shit. No, it's Crip. Sorry. That's the second chat from Crip. Bomb. I'm going to step away for just a second. Tony, I want you to answer this question. Oh, sorry. Crip says, and I quote, was Kyle seeing ghosts on offense tonight? Tony, give your reaction. I'll be right back. And if you have to leave after that, it's cool.
It's very possible he was seeing ghosts. I mean, I personally think that Mike McDonald has his number, and I think Mike McDonald's is Kyle Shanahan's kryptonite. So I guess you're kind of right with that. I just think that just the way that defense is designed, it's just made to stop this type of offense. Like I said earlier, their second-level defenders sit at 7 yards. The middle backer, Jones, drops to 10 yards at the snap. So they're taking like that high-low intermediate route, read in the middle of the field. And we all know that's where Kyle Shanahan's sweet spot is. So if that's taken away, you can't get a push in the run game and have success that way and set up a play-action pass. You're pretty much up Schitt's Creek with no paddle. So it's a very, very, very tough predicament to be in. And I think, I mean, I don't know, man. I like Kyle Shanahan. I think he did the best possible job he could this year with the team and the situation with the injuries. I mean, Brock missing all those games, Kittle missing all those games, no Ayuk on the team, Pearsall in and out of the lineup. You know, the odds have been against them all year, and just to say we're 12-5 right now, 12-6. What are we? 12-6.
12-5, baby.
12-5 right now, and we're going into the playoff. But I mean, I don't know, man. It's very concerning though how bad and out of sync this offense looked today. It really is.
Yeah. Listen, man, Tony, I don't want to keep you. I know you got to go, man. I thank you for your time. Is there any final thoughts that you want to leave before I continue this overreaction show here?
I mean, I'll hang for 5 more minutes and then I'll go.
Okay. I do think that Kyle was seeing ghosts of past. This was the ghost of Christmas past in particular, right? Shout out to one of my favorite all-time holiday movies or sketches or shows or whatever you want to call it, right? But A Christmas Carol, right? When they talk about the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future. This is the ghost of Christmas past right here. We remember that Christmas game against the Baltimore Ravens and Mike McDonald and 5 interceptions. And I sincerely think that Kyle went into this game saying, hey, if we don't have any turnovers, we got a good shot at winning this game. That can't be your fucking game plan, bro. How do you move the ball against a team like this? That's what the bigger and more important question should have been. That's what it should have been right here. That's the way I feel. And if you're going to go into games just saying, oh, well, let's just try to hope to not get any turnovers, fuck you, dude. That's not the way to win the game. How do you beat the opposing defense? And Kyle just didn't have one. So I think this is a great question, Crip. Keep the questions coming, man. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. We got another one here. This is our second one from Nigel, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, shit. Maybe it's the first one from Nigel. Mike, you said you wanted a loss. Let me play the ching ching sound. My bad. You don't deserve the bomb. Mike, you said you wanted a loss out before the playoffs. I did. And that's why I think the Niners are going to be the most dangerous team. Right? This team got complacent. This team thought that they could not lose with Brock Purdy at the helm. This team thought that all was well and we don't have to have anything special going on. Wrong. I told y'all I want this team to get hot going into the playoffs. Here are facts. The Niners are 6-1 heading into the playoffs. There's not a lot of teams with a better record heading into the postseason. Off the top of my head, I can only think of 3. Maybe 2. You got the Seahawks, who are 7-0 heading into the playoffs because they beat us tonight. You got the Houston Texans, who are 8-0 heading into today. Who knows how they're going to fare in their last game, but there's not many teams hotter than the Niners heading into the postseason. And here's one thing that I do know about the San Francisco 49er team. And if all of y'all out there thought that I was just going to pack it up, if y'all thought that I was going to agree with Tony saying that we're one and done, you're fucking wrong. I don't give a shit who our next opponent is. The 49ers have not lost back-to-back games all year long, and I think that trend continues. I don't give a fuck if it's the Eagles. I don't care if it's the Rams, Seahawks. I don't give a fuck. Obviously, it's not going to be the Seahawks, right? Tampa Bay, whoever. I don't care who the next opponent is for the 49ers. We're winning that game. We have not lost back-to-back games all year long. Guys, book your tickets for the divisional game for the 49ers. We're going to be there. We're not losing back-to-back games. I've come on this show, and I've talked a lot of negative shit about this game, and it's all justified. The team did not perform the way that we wanted them to. Offense looked terrible. Defense looked terrible. Special teams was just, all right, cool. They kicked away from Sky Moore, and for the first time all year long, teams were kicking away from Sky Moore for a while, but I saw them being able to switch, right? You would see Robinson move over and float to the other side, and Moore was still able to grab it. They did these line drive type kicks where there's no time to switch the person returning the ball, right? They gave the rest of the NFL something to look at. And a lot of people were like, why the fuck is Robinson returning the ball, right? They placated the Niners in that situation. They took one of our strengths and they controlled it. And the Niners were out of their league all game long in all three phases of the game. But I did want to get a loss out the way because I felt that it was impossible. If y'all want the Niners to win the Super Bowl sincerely, right, that means that we would have had to finish 7-0 down the stretch and then 3-0 in the postseason. And I told y'all it's really, really tough to win 10 games in a row to win a Super Bowl. I don't know any team that's done that. I don't know any team that's done that except that Miami Dolphins team. The Patriots couldn't do it in their perfect season. They couldn't do it. Not to win the Super Bowl. They did not win 10 games in a row to win the Super Bowl. You know why? Because they lost the Super Bowl. I don't know a team other than that one team in the entire history of the NFL to win 10 games in a row and win the Super Bowl. So, yes, I did want a loss, and now I'm here to talk my shit. I don't give a fuck who the Niners play next week. We're going to win. Put your mortgage on it, y'all. Tony doesn't agree. He's laughing. I'm okay with that. Tony, you can laugh all you want, big dog. I'm telling you something. You could call me out my mind, and I respect that. And I'm gonna let you tell me why you think I'm out of my mind. This team. So here's the issue. As bad as that defense was last week, we won the game, and so they overlook a lot of the errors. And we've heard that said by this team time and time again. We didn't have the greatest defensive performance, but we won the game. And then we go out and we would lose the next one, right? The Niners went in this back and forth thing while Mac Jones was our starting quarterback. It was win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, right? And they had to reel it in. They had to pull it back and say, hey, guys, this is not the way to go through the season. We got to be better than this. We got to win more than we lose. We can't keep doing this every other game bullshit. But what I do know for a fact, whether it's Brock Purdy or Mac Jones at the starting quarterback position, we don't lose back-to-back games. Not one time all year has this Niners team lost twice in a row. We're not going to do it again. So I don't give a fuck who we play. We're going to win. Tony, floor is yours.
Okay. I don't know. I'm sorry. Not based off the performance today. They don't have a chance based off the performance today. I mean, come on. I don't know.
All right. Let me change it up then. Watch this, because you're at a loss for words, and I understand it. You're at a loss for words. Let me ask you this, Tony. True or false? The 49ers defense has gotten worse and worse as the season has gone on during this 6-game win streak.
I would say yes.
Exactly.
I would say,
and that's my point. This defense doesn't have a reason to improve on the mistakes from the past game because we continue to win. That's exactly my point. Now that we lost, Robert Saleh's in there, and he's getting chewed out by Kyle. Robert Saleh, Chris Kosaric, and who's our linebackers coach? What's his name again? My man. Oh, my God. Holland.
See, but like, I don't know. Like, wait, hold on. I don't know if that is true. They gave up 13 points today.
They gave up 13 points, but they went for it on fourth downs. Instead of taking the field goal, that's 3 points. And they missed 2 field goals. That's 6 more points. That's 9 points in total. They gave up a lot more.
What was the final score? What was the final score?
I hear you.
They gave up 13 points. That's
all
I'm saying. No. You can't do that. You can't do the if game because the if aren't points.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I, Mike, play the if game. Because when I reflect on games and the post-game shows, what I say is the Niners did X amount of scoring drives. They had 3 more scoring drives than what they actually got points for. How it resulted is different, right? In this game in particular, the Niners had 1 more scoring drive than the 3 points they put up on the board because Christian McCaffrey let the ball come off his hands, right? So the Niners at least had 6 points in this game. I'm going to count that as a scoring drive. We were in field goal range. I'm going to count that as a scoring drive, right? And so if I'm going to do that in favor of the Niners, I got to do that in favor of the defense or the opposing offense. They had 3 more scoring drives that didn't show up on paper because they didn't score. The Niners gave up.
Why didn't they score?
Why didn't they score?
Yeah.
Because they missed field goals. Because of special teams. Not the defense, so the special teams.
The defense prevented them from getting into the end zone, which then forced them to attempt a field goal, and then they missed it. So I look at it, what happened. So the way I see it is they scored 13 points.
Tony, you know and I know that if they went for it in that 4th and 1, instead of kicking that field goal that doinked off the fucking upright, they would have got that 4th and 1. The Niners couldn't stop them from getting 1 yard.
Why didn't they go for it?
Because they wanted to make sure that it was a 2-possession game. That's why they didn't go for it. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, that seems like they had a better shot at going for it and getting the touchdown on 4th and 1 than doinking it off the fucking field goal. That's 2 misses he made that game. That's 2 misses.
Jesus. Yes,
not Jesus. It's facts, Mike. Come on.
But what I'm saying is that they still were in scoring position. I count scoring drives, not whether or not they got the score. I'm just telling you how I read it.
But how can you count a scoring drive if it didn't put points on the board?
Because if you put your team in position to score, whether or not what special teams does after the offense leaves the field,
I don't see that.
Just hear me out. Just hear me out, right?
I don't believe that whatsoever.
And I'm not arguing with you or disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is this: if your offense leaves the field in position to get points, I think the offense deserves credit for being in scoring position. I've done that all year long for the 49ers. I would be a fucking hypocrite to not do that for the opposing team. That's all I'm saying.
I think that approach is wrong. So then the score should say 13. I can't even think. Quotations. No, parentheses.
Parentheses.
Yeah. 19 to 3. Because if you're counting those scores, that's ridiculous. I've never heard anything like that.
Tony, but see, like, and so, all right, watch this. Let me take you back.
Wait. Hold on. So then if Gross Matos touched that fumble, should it be a fumble recovery for him?
No, because he didn't recover it.
Okay, so that's my point. So they didn't score.
But that's not the same.
Yes,
that's not the same.
Yes, it is. They didn't score.
Hear me out.
Oh my God.
No, I got you, bro.
Hear you out. I gotta get out because I got a headache and I need to go to sleep.
Right. I understand what you're saying. But teams drop interceptions all the time. That doesn't mean that it should have been an interception, right? What I'm saying is that we didn't block the kick, right? We didn't stop them on 4th downs over and over and over. They missed the kick just because the kicker just fucked up. And what I'm saying is that the offense left them in position to score when they got off the field. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they actually scored. I'm saying that they had hear me out, right? They had 1 touchdown and 2 field goals in this game. And what I'm saying is that there were 3 more possessions, 6 in total, that the offense put them in scoring position. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Because they didn't convert isn't on the offense. The facts are that they were in scoring position 6 times in this game. Even if they settle for field goals all 6 of those times, they still win this game, Tony. They still win this game 18-6. That's all I'm saying. One of those times they got a touchdown. One of those times they got a field goal. 2 of those times they missed a field goal, and one of those times they went for it on 4th down and didn't get it. That's all I'm saying. They were still in scoring position 6 times. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they deserve the points. I'm not saying we should give them the points. They were there. That's all I'm saying. How can you argue against that?
But push comes to shove, what's the final score of the game? And that's what I go by.
All right. I like it. All right. Let's continue these super chats here. We got Delvin up here for their second time, and they officially earn the bomb. Where is it here? This is it right here? Is this the one? Yeah, there it is right there. Where's the bomb at? Boom. We got whooped, put in timeout, and grounded tonight. True or false, Tony? Let's keep it moving.
On the offense, they got whooped.
Absolutely. Stephen Fox, the next man up here with a super chat here. He says, and I quote, Mike, did number 84 play today? I didn't see him. You know what's funny about this, Stephen Fox? I credited Kendrick Bourne with being the 49ers' third receiver, and he was, because only 2 receivers for the 49ers caught passes today. He was targeted once, but had 0 receptions. That's how bad this offense was, because Ricky Pearsall wasn't in there. Kyle Shanahan needs to get his fucking head out of his ass. You're telling me because Ricky Pearsall's not out there, you can't throw the ball to anybody else? Let me explain this to you guys in the nicest way possible, okay? In the game that Brock Purdy scored 5 touchdowns, 4 of them went to different receivers. In this game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people caught passes. That's it. That's atrocious. Tony, that's not acceptable, right? Tell me you agree or disagree with this. That's terrible.
I agree.
Yeah. 84 was out there. He only had 1 target all night long. Kyle refused to look at anybody else, all because one guy less. Make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. And that wasn't a super chat. I shouldn't have played the sound effect. I apologize. But here we go. Nigel Crane is up here again. I'm sure this is not his first one. He says here, and I quote, do you think the offense can fix their issues next week? I'm going to let this one go to Tony. Tony, man, it's looking like we're going to either be playing the Eagles or the winner of the NFC South. Do either of these teams have a defense as good as the Seahawks?
I think Philly's the worst matchup for them. I don't think they play the winner of this NFC South because that would require the Rams to lose, and I do not think the Rams will lose. So with that being said, we are going to Philly probably on a Saturday. And if you think we struggled versus the defensive tackles, Leonard Williams and I forgot the other dude's name from Texas. But you think we struggle against them? You have Jalen Carter coming off a hot streak, so it's gonna be rough, man. I mean, it is what it is. I'll let them play, show up. I'm gonna watch them, support them, but I mean,
right?
It's not good.
I feel you. Hey, I'm going to say this. Yes, I think they fix their issues next week. Even if we go against, especially if we go against the Eagles. You know, Tony started the show with saying something along the lines of the NFL needs to be fair. We were coming off a short week. Seattle wasn't. Well, guess what, guys? If we play the Eagles, we're coming off a short week, even if it's a Saturday game. We've got 7 days to prepare for it. Eagles are playing tomorrow. We got the short week. We are now officially the Seattle Seahawks in this situation. So I think the short week for them helps us out, and the Niners go out there and handle business. I don't care if we play the NFC South or the NFC East. We're going to be okay. I got the Niners winning next week by – never mind. I'm not going to give you that part. But, yes, I got the Niners winning. I do think we fix our offensive issues. This is literally the lowest output the Niners have had all season long. All season long. We're not going to do it back-to-back, guys. It's physically impossible. It's impossible for us to do it again. So this defense, Robert Saleh's in the locker room right now getting chewed out by a bunch of people. I think we're going to be okay. All right, and here's the last super chat of the night. I believe this is the one. This is his third one, so we get the horns. Crip says here, Seahawks used Darnold like we used Jimmy G in 2019. Tony, do you agree or disagree? Or do you want me to go first?
I disagree because Darnold could run, Jimmy couldn't.
Not only that, Darnold is comfortable throwing shots down the field. So I agree with what Tony said. Darnold does not hesitate to pull the trigger for downfield throws. Jimmy hesitates, he pumps, double clutches, and is very inaccurate downfield. Darnold is not. If you give Darnold a clean pocket and let him rip that shit down the field, he is going to be accurate. So I disagree. Not to shit on your super chat or anything like that, but you're asking for our opinions. We gave it to you, bro, and that's where we stand. So I don't think that they use him that way at all. So that's what I got for you, man. All right. That's it for the super chat segment. I got more pressers to get to. We're going to hear from Brock Purdy. Tony, do you want to stay? Do you want me to let you go? Like, how do you want to do it? You want to stay for a little bit of Brock Purdy?
Nah, I'm going to go.
All right, give us your final thoughts, man, and then I'm going to keep this thing rocking here. If you got questions for me, man, like whatever.
What was Bethune's and Winter's status after that game? I couldn't hear him.
All right, so to start the presser here, Bethune returned. Hold on, let me pull it back up. My apologies, bro. Hold on, I got you here. All right, I'm actually going to share it back to the stage so everyone can see it. Let me change the background. You guys ignore the line going across the middle of your screen. And let's go with this one here. All right, here we go.
Had an ankle, didn't return. Tatum Bethune, groin. All right, guys, injuries from the game. D. Winters had an ankle, didn't return. Tatum Bethune, groin, didn't return.
That's it.
Oh, God.
Neither of them returned.
Okay.
This is why that bye week was so fucking important. This is why the bye week was so damn important. But no, Kyle decided to stay at home. Robert Saleh said, everything is going to be okay. We're going to be just fine. Don't worry about it. This shit pisses me off so much, bro. It pisses me off so much, man. Like, the coordinators let the players down. That's sincerely how I feel, Tony. I swear to you, that's how I feel. But I digress. The floor is yours. I know you got to go. I'm going to get to the rest of these post-game pressers. What you got for me, man? Go ahead.
No, it was a really just bad game. Tough loss. I mean, they had multiple opportunities to make something of it. Whether it was the turnover, almost the interception by Green on the sideline, but couldn't get his foot down. The fumble, the pick that bounced into the Seattle defender's hands. Those are all chances that they had. Kyle never got into a rhythm with his play calling. His script was terrible. The run game was terrible. The interior offensive line got thrown around. It was just a recipe for disaster. They just didn't show up today, in my opinion. They weren't ready. It didn't seem like it. Trent was out. Pearsall was out. I think, the loss of Trent was big on that front line, especially for the run game.
I disagree with that part, Tony. I liked everything that you were saying.
You put Trent Williams in there healthy, and they run that ball to the left side. It's very, very tough to stop.
Here's how I say it would be different, and I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I think that if Trent Williams is on the left side, you don't have to use George as a blocker on that left side.
There you go. That's part of it.
So it opened things up. So I take back me saying I disagree with you. I think it would have been a little different, but Kittle's still a middle of the field type of guy, and that still plays into that 7-yard window that you were talking about. How different is it? Honestly,
if it was massive, in my opinion, it was significantly different because if you look at the design in the latter part of the game where he ran that deep out, he was prevented from doing that because he had to stay in and block. So you're talking about taking that deep out away, which was, they hit it. Kittle was actually pretty wide open on that play. Now, what you didn't see what was open underneath, if anything was open underneath. Like, did they let Kittle just go and they just stood, 7 to 10 yard range, or did they, it wasn't there consistently, so the defense never gave the look consistently. And I think that's what the issue was, because they had to protect Pleasant. And I think that was the significant loss with not having Trent Williams today. He's not going to score 3 touchdowns, but I think it would have made the defense play more honest, because Kittle consistently was inside. So
that's fair.
I mean, it is what it is. They weren't prepared for that, to have Kittle chip in with the left tackle. But, if Trent
Hey, let me ask you this question. If Pearsall could have suited up even as a decoy, fake the deep routes, whatever, do you think it would have made a difference in this game? Honestly.
I mean,
forget targets.
If he had the ability to run full speed, it could have helped a little bit, at least try to get between the deep safety and the second level of the defense, which could have maybe opened up something like a check down for McCaffrey, something underneath that could have opened something up. Is it a significant change? No, but when you're at full strength, is it coincidence this team looked like? And listen, Chicago, that defense is no slouch. They're second in the league in forced turnovers. Jesus Christ, they started the first play of the game with a pick 6, and the 49ers just came right back
and rolled those fucking guys. That's right.
Exactly. So now you're without a left tackle, which is causing you to keep your tight end in the block. You're without Pearsall, so you're running with guys that are all not fast wide receivers. I mean, they're decent wide receivers, but they're not going to beat you in speed with their feet. So it's a tough predicament. It handcuffs you as an offensive play caller. So especially when you have such an aggressive defense up front, but then they're just sitting and playing passive from 7 to 10 yards. So, it's tough.
Let me ask you this, man. I see a super chat here, and it's kind of reminding me of a question that I wanted to ask you heading into this, and I'm going to let you go. I promise you that. Seattle was with a backup left tackle, and then at one point they went to their third string left tackle. Were you disappointed in the pressure that we got on Sam Darnold all game, or do you think that the Niners actually did an admirable job with the pressures that we got on Sam all game?
Well, they got 2 more sacks than they did versus Chicago, so that says something. The one was from Bethune, and the other one was from
Okuwano.
Okuwano, yeah, not Okuwano.
91. 91.
So, I mean, listen, there was pressure. Sam Darnold was not comfortable back there. But if you have opportunities to pick up a fumble, you got to pick it up. If you have opportunities to get off the field on 3rd and 12 and 3rd and 17, you got to make the stop. And they didn't. And that's why the 49ers have 3 points on the board. And that's why the Seattle Seahawks have 13. So,
man, Tony, I blame you for being so fucking negative from the very beginning, man. Second drive of the game, you were in the group chat talking about this game is over. I blame you, bro. I blame you, man. You gotta have more faith in that, man. And they follow what the momentum is, man. The Niners tap out when everybody else taps out, and I don't like that shit, man. It's terrible, man.
You could tell when that team is engaged and locked in, and when they're not, and you clearly saw that they were not.
All right, man. Listen, I appreciate you for sticking around as long as you did. I sincerely salute you, man. You stuck around for more than an hour and a half. I love and appreciate you, man. Is there anything else you want to say before I let you go? And I'll get back to the not the super chats. Well, I will get to more super chats if they come in, but I meant the pressers.
Nah, I'm going to bed. I got to take my medicine and I'm going to bed.
All right, big dog, man. Heal up, rest well, and we'll talk soon, okay? We'll be back for a preview show, all right? All right, man. Peace out. All right, guys, that does it for my man Tony, man. Let's give him a round of applause, man. Tony, wrong one. He has been A+. I appreciate Tony for taking the time out here. All right. I'm going to get to these super chats here. Listen, guys, I know all of y'all are down right now because the Niners lost, and I'm not at all. I can't tell you guys how much I'm happy the Niners lost. I know it sounds crazy. Did I want the number 1 seed? Yeah, I did. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I wanted the number 1 seed because I wanted that bye week. I wanted to treat the bye week like it was a loss. I did. I wanted to treat the bye week like it was a loss, time to reflect on all the things we didn't do well, right? But the truth of the matter is this. When you go into the postseason on a hot streak like that, like 6, 7 games in a row, you win, 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 win. What happens is you overlook the weaknesses in your defense. You sit here and say, well, the offense, they can make up for it. And I sincerely feel that's how the 49ers felt going into this game. That's how the Niners felt going into this game. Now, am I happy with the way that we lost? Absolutely not. 3 points by the offense is fucking absurd. It's absolutely absurd. And I never want to see the Niners give up 13 points and lose another game. I don't think that. I don't think that, right? There are a lot of people out there that are saying the Niners overshot, man. We had a weak schedule, right? We're only in the playoffs because of the schedule, blah, blah. No, you guys are fucking wrong. You got to win every game you go out there and play. I don't care how weak you think the schedule was. We played some of the worst of the worst. And you know what? The worst of the worst have wins, right? The Giants have wins. The Browns have wins. The Titans have wins. They didn't get them against us. They did not get them against us. So I don't want to hear that bullshit that we overachieved and we just beat bad teams all year long. That is not the case. You hear me? Do you guys fucking hear me out there? It is not over by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the loss at this point in the season is the best thing that could have happened to the 49ers because we don't lose back-to-back games. I guarantee you guys we're going to be in the divisional round. I don't give a fuck who we play. We're going to be there. Wild card round is just a bump in the road. That's it. Everyone can sit here and say, oh, this defense is bad, this defense is bad, this defense is bad. They're going to be better. I promise you that they're going to be they're going to be better. The missed tackles, they're going to get better. The scheme, they're going to get better. And I don't give a shit. If you doubt right now, that's cool. I'm fine with that. If you guys doubt, I want you to do me a favor. Right now, if you think the Niners are going to lose no matter who we play in the playoffs, type 1 and done in the chat. Just so I can keep a count. 1 and done. Just type it in the chat so I can keep a count. That's it. And then after we win, I want you guys to promise me that you'll come back for next week's Overreaction show and celebrate with me. That's what I want. That's all I want. That's all I want. Just come back and celebrate with me. It's not so I can say, aha, you guys are wrong. I want to keep the viewership up. Guarantee me that you're going to give me a like next week during the Overreaction show. Ray Holiday, thank you for being honest. He typed it in there, 1 and done. He does not think that we're going to win next week, and I respect that. Thank you. Anthony, thank you. 1 and done. I like it. I like it. The Niner fan 007, thank you. I see you guys. I see you guys. But we haven't lost back-to-back games all year long. There's no reason for me to think that we're going to do it now. There's no reason to think that we're going to do it now. So I want to see you 3 guys back in here during the next week's Overreaction show. I'm going to be here. Loud and proud, baby. Loud and fucking proud. All right? It doesn't depend on the team. It does not depend on the team at all. We could be playing the number 1 seed. We could be playing the number 5 seed. We could be playing. It don't matter. We are the 5 seed. It don't matter, bro. We are not losing next week. The Niners don't lose back-to-back games. Period. Not in 2025, 2026. Does that mean we're going to the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. I won't even play with you guys like that. But I promise y'all we're going to win next week. Robert Saleh is getting shit on right now by everybody. All his defensive players, the coaching staff. Robert Saleh is under the microscope. Kyle Shanahan is under the microscope. If you don't think that this is a week of reflection for this 49ers team, I don't know what the fuck you were paying attention to. Both sides of the ball are being dissected right now. Right now. We go out there and we have a shootout with the Chicago Bears and we win. You know what happens? The defense says, no, we could have done this and this and better, but that's it. And they let it go. They don't harp on it. They don't focus on improving that one aspect of the game. They kind of brush over it. They address it. They mention it, just in passing. Hey, guys, if we could do this just a little bit better, tackling, we'll be all right. And they just brush past it. They're not brushing past shit right now. They're not brushing past a fucking thing right now, bro. They're going to put that shit under a microscope. They might put that shit under a telescope. They want the fine print. That's how much they want the fine print, bro. They're going to get it right. I promise you that. I promise you that. All right? All right, let me go ahead and get back to this presser. Let's see what they got to say. Here we go. I believe it's Christian McCaffrey, or is it Brock Purdy? I don't know. But here we go. Christian McCaffrey.
You won 6 in a row, and to lose 1 is not easy. But what is the mood in the locker room, you think, after this one?
Obviously, we wanted that one, but onward, man. We're in the playoffs, and we don't have time to sulk over it. You know, I think a lot to learn from that tape, and just got to get better and come ready to go for the playoffs.
Your viewpoint, why is it so hard to get rolling tonight offensively?
Have to check the tape. Yeah, we got to be better, though.
On the interception, the ball was definitely tipped. Did you have to adjust to it? What kind of difficulty did that add to that one?
It's a play that I have to make, absolutely have to make. Expect nothing less but to make that play, and it's completely on me.
There's obviously played them beginning of the season. You watched film all week. Was there anything they did that was like, whoa, wait, this surprised us a little bit? Or they just beat you to the ball and had a better night?
Yeah, they were the better team today. I think, we'll have to check the tape and correct the mistakes and go from there.
Does this feel like as good of a defense as you guys have seen?
It's a good defense. I think, also I think we just got to execute better. I think, again, we'll have to watch the tape and go from there.
The way you guys have been rolling, 127 points and on the last 3 games, we've been shocked someone told you guys were going to score 3 points for it.
It's a shame, man. I mean, defense did an unbelievable job the whole game. They held them to 13, and that's huge. And it's on us, man. And again, I go back to that play that could have put us in the game. And that's on me, and I'll learn from it, grow from it, get better, and get rolling in these playoffs.
Does it mean that you guys have to go on the road and kind of fight?
Yo, did y'all hear that question, man? You held them to 13 points, bro. You only put up 3 points. Nobody expected that. Nobody. You go back and look at the Niners games this year. Watch this. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up the 49ers schedule. I'll tell you guys the last time we scored 3 points in the game. All right. 42 last game. 48 the game before that. That's 90 points. 37 the game before that. 26 the game before that. 20, 41, 26, 34, 15, 20, 19, 26, 21, 16, 26, 17. That's the Niners' points scored all season long. 17, 26, 16, 21. I'm going to stop when I get to a game that would have lost this one. 19, 20, 15, 34, 26, 41, 20, 26, 37, 48, 42. It literally took the lowest score output of the entire season, for the 49ers to lose this game right here. I'm not telling y'all to believe in some shit that's fictional. I'm not telling y'all to sit here and grab one of those little plants and you blow it off and they all flutter and make a wish. I'm not telling you to blow out birthday cakes on the candle, right? Just get back to Niners ball. That's all you got to do. You just get back to Niners ball and we win this game, bro. We have not put up that few points all season long. 13 points by the opposing team. And any game this year, we would have won. 15 was our low point. 15. Give them 13. You put up our low point all season long. It's 15, and we win this game. It took every single thing working in favor of the 49ers. I mean, of the Seahawks. And that's why I'm not scared if we got to play them again. Divisional round, I don't give a fuck when it is. Bring on them, bring on the Rams. I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't care who it is. It's not going down the same way. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. They're going to have to put up a lot more than 13 points. I promise you that. All right? Come on, CMC. Let's go, bro.
On the last 3 games. We've been shocked if someone told you you guys were going to score 3 points.
It's a shame, man. I mean, defense did an unbelievable job the whole game. They held them to 13, and that's huge. And it's on us, man. And again, I go back to that play that could have put us in the game, and that's on me. And I'll learn from it, grow from it, get better, and get rolling in these playoffs.
Being that you guys have to go on the road and kind of fight back to get back to the position in the playoffs, they talk about you as basically like a perfectionist when it comes to football. Is it hard to put a play like that behind you now that you have to turn your focus to the next game?
It's challenging, but you have to. You don't have another choice. At the end of the day, we're in the playoffs. We don't know who we're playing yet, but we've had 2 short weeks in a row, and so it's time to get our bodies back, our minds right for a hell of a journey ahead.
And that's the other part right there, right? That's the other part right there. He just said it. This isn't just one short week like what Tony was saying. This isn't, can you guys still hear me? You can hear me. I'm going to keep talking, right? This isn't just one short week like how they're trying to play it off to be. This isn't just like, oh, man, the Niners, they got a short week. They lost. No, this is 2 short weeks back to back. That's what it's been. That's what it's been. It's been 2 short weeks in a row. No one's talking about that. No one's mentioned that at all, right? There's 7 days in a week, 14 days in 2, and the Niners have had to play 2 games and 13 games and 13 days. That's where we are. 2 short weeks in a row. Seahawks fans, gloat. Get it off, baby. Congratulations. You got it. You guys got the number 1 seed, baby. You guys fucking did it. You did it. You did the unexpected. Huh? You did it. You did the unexpected, baby. You did it. The better team won tonight. I won't say the best team won, but the better team won tonight. All right? Y'all got it.
Just take it one game at a time. You don't have time to sulk over things. You can learn from mistakes, grow from them. I got to make that play, but I can't get it back. And I just know I'm going to come hungry in these playoffs.
It's easy for you guys. How equipped do you think this team is to go kind of the hard road to make a run?
I mean, this whole season's been difficult for us, and we've continued to beat the odds, continued to show people that we're a real football team. We didn't show it today. We know that. But I love the guys in the locker room and how we've responded all year. And, again, put it on myself. I'm going to come back ready to go, and I know everybody in that locker room will as well.
You're pretty consistent all year in saying that not only each game has its own life, but each play has its own life. Was that tonight sort of a example of that?
Yeah, definitely.
What you were able to do before and what happened tonight?
Yep, for sure. Appreciate it.
He's pissed off, guys. He's pissed. Oh, shit. They're not even bringing back Brock Purdy? There's no way that's it. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me find it. I'm searching. Give me a sec. There's no way that's it. Oh, here we go. This ain't Brock Purdy either. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Obviously, this was a tough one. What did you feel out there up against that Seahawks defense? What do you feel like could have gone better? What was the feel for you out there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're good defense, good front. Did a good job with making us, go through reads and checking the ball down. And, for me, it's like I just wish I could have been a little bit more efficient. And, they're going to make you work for the yards. And, make you have to convert on third down. And I just feel like third downs were definitely an area that, I have to be better. Our offense as a whole, I feel like that's the part where if you got to win these kind of games, you got to be good on third down. So, they did a good job.
You got the #1 seed and a bye right in front of you, couldn't close it out. How do you feel about this team and your chances on the road?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was our goal, but we can't dwell on it. We have a pretty quick turnaround here, and we got to go win next week. So, but our team has been through so much adversity, guys going down, next guy up. People have counted us out, and that's fine. And they can say what they want, but for us to go on the road and find a way to win, we've done it before, and that's going to be our goal. So, we got to take it one day at a time, get better from this film, heal up.
I like what my man Brock Purdy is saying, baby. Let's go. We won on the road before, man. If y'all think the 49ers are about to fold right now because we lost the fucking game, because we don't get the bye week, because we're not the #1 seed, you're wrong. You're wrong. You are absolutely wrong, man. You hear me? 49ers this season, y'all, are 7-2. Listen to me. The 49ers this season are 7-2. Huh? 7-2. We're 5-3 at home. We lose more at home than we do on the road. If y'all didn't think that I wanted this loss right now, if y'all didn't think that I wanted a road game one time in the postseason, y'all got me fucked all the way up, baby. Let's go. Y'all got me fucked all the way up, baby. I don't know what you've been watching. I didn't want 7 games in a row going into the postseason. It's hard to win 10. It's hard to win 10. All these teams going into the postseason on these hot streaks, all these teams going into the postseason with these hot streaks, it's going to be tough, baby. It's going to be tough. Jacksonville, it's going to be tough. They coming in on a 7-game win streak. You know what I'm saying? Seahawks coming in on a 7-game win streak. It's going to be tough, baby. It's going to be damn tough. The Texans on an 8-game win streak. It's going to be tough. You don't win double-digit games in a row to make it and win the Super Bowl. It don't happen often. One time in the NFL has a team going on to win 10 games in a row and win the Super Bowl. Just once. Just once, baby. I'm telling y'all something that you need to know. I'm telling you something. All right? Get the loss out the way, baby. Get it out the way. We're going to be fine, baby. We're going to be fine. Huh?
Excuse me, bitch.
Plot twist, baby. Plot twist, baby. We're going to be just fine, y'all. I'm telling y'all something. We winning next week. I don't care who it is. And as of right now, as of this very moment, without the rest of the games being played, here's who the 49ers play. As of right now, without any more games being played, the 49ers are the 5th seed. And that means we play the Buccaneers. And I'm telling y'all, we beat them by 2 scores. I'm telling y'all, we beat them by 2 scores. Now, in order to maintain that, the Rams have to lose, blah, 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 blah. I hear you. Then we play the Eagles. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But I don't know that the Eagles win. They might be resting their players. Maybe they're playing for the 2 seed. Maybe they don't. Maybe we play the Bears. I don't know. I have no idea how it's going to shape out. Bring on the Bears. Bring on the Eagles. Bring on the Bucks. We're going to win next week. I'm telling y'all, bet your mortgage. Bet your mortgage. And if it don't work, come back and let me know. I'm not giving you the money back, but I got a story to tell you. All right? Don't panic, faithful. We good. We are making it to the divisional round. All right? Period. That's what I got for y'all. Let's go.
And go find a way. They want, but for us to go on the road and find a way to win, we've done it before, and that's going to be our goal. So, we got to take it one day at a time, get better from this film, heal up, and go find a way.
What happened on the hit you took there at the end, and how do you feel right now?
I feel good. It's just you got hit and the left shoulder sort of lit up, so feel good right now. We'll see how I feel tomorrow. I think so, yeah.
You guys have been on such a roll offensively, 40-some points a game, converting third downs, killing it in the red zone. And is there an element of, surprise, shock that someone could do this to you?
For us, we always feel like there's plays left out there, and we could have converted. We had an op, we just didn't due to X, Y, and Z. So I'm not going to sit here and go, man, how the heck did that happen? They played good defense, and we didn't execute. And when all these other games where we've pulled away and had good points and stats and all that stuff, it's because we execute on the gritty third downs. We stay on the field, and then we go score touchdowns after that. So obviously that's something that we needed to do tonight. We didn't, and then, the scoreboard shows it. So.
And this was a great question, right? The Niners have been good all season long on third downs. Tonight, 2 for 9. Not acceptable. 0 for 1 on fourth downs. Not acceptable. That means that the Niners were 2 and 10. 2 for 10, 20% on goal to go or down to go. Not good. This ain't Niners ball, y'all. This is not the norm. Let's stop acting like we saw something tonight that's the norm for the Niners and it just wasn't good enough. Everything about what we saw was not the norm. The defense holding an opposing team to 13 points, not the norm. The offense putting up 3 points, not the norm. 10 rushing attempts in the entire game, not the norm. 2 wide receivers on the entire team catching a reception, not the norm. If y'all don't get out of y'all sad sack, woe is me bullshit, I don't know what to tell y'all. This is not the norm. It took everything going wrong for the 49ers for the Seahawks to win. They won't do it again. The Seahawks won't do it again against the Niners. And I hope and pray to God that we play them again. I hope that we play them again because Kyle won't let this happen again. Robert Saleh won't let this happen again. Chris Kosaric will. Chris Kosaric's going to give up a lot of running yards. He will. He's trash. But Kyle Shanahan's going to score more than 3 points, y'all. You hear me? Robert Saleh, he's going to get a turnover or 2 next time we play the Seahawks. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you we're going to convert more than 20% on gain-to-go situations. I promise you. I promise you. This team is not going to let us lose to Philly because I live in the Philly area and they know I won't be able to deal with my entire staff talking shit to me. They know it. They know it. My staff, the people that report to me, it's about 20 people. I got 1 Bears fan and I got 1 Redskins fan. Oh, sorry, Commanders fan. And everybody else are Seahawks fans. I mean, Eagles fans. They're all birds. I don't care. They're all Eagles fans. The person I report to, Eagles fan. The person I partner with, Eagles fan. They're not going to let it happen. They're not going to let it happen. The Niners won't let me down. We're going to be just fine. I promise y'all. Stay tuned in. We got a lot more coming.
To the play action, did you see Kittle? Was there any chance to be able to get that ball to him with the pressure in your face?
Yeah, it was one of those things where felt pressure, but at the end of the day, I need to, find a way to set my feet and get it to him and take a hit if I need to. I was concerned with just having my feet set, and then I saw George, and from where I was at, I didn't really have a clear picture, to be honest. But we got back to the sideline, and I was like, dang, he was there. So,
Nike Zoom X, our lightest, softest, and most.
Was pretty hard on himself about the interception.
passing, obviously, his play he has to make. Did you talk to him, say anything to him, or do you just leave him alone after something like that?
I mean, it's a tough play. Ball got tipped at the line, so it came out weird, and he's trying to adjust. He beat his guy in man, and then all of a sudden the ball's just like coming in weird, and just didn't go our way. And the other guy was right there to catch. It was right in his lap. So, obviously Christian's hard on himself with that. I'm hard on myself because it's like, dude, don't get the ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. So it's just one of those things that sucks. But Christian's a baller, dude. He's gonna live to play the next play, and he's a Hall of Fame running back. So, dude, should walk out with his head up. So, yeah. Thanks, guys.
That does it from Brock. I wasn't expecting a whole lot from him. It's a loss, and the Niners aren't going to say a whole lot after a loss, but it is what it is, man. Brock, keep cooking, bro. I haven't given up in you. I have not given up in Brock Purdy at all. Let's go. GK.
Howdy.
What up?
Pretty clear in the last several weeks that look, it's up the offense to score. We're going to have to outscore teams, and that's how we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And things like this happen. They're a good defense, but are you shocked, surprised? How would you sum up how this offense that's been rolling so good got shut down?
Disappointed. I mean, yeah. NFL, you can have a bad game any game. Unfortunately, we decided to have a bad game today. Not efficient. Were we 2 of 9 on third down? Tough. Didn't really get our run game going. We started the game off with 2 3-and-outs. I mean, if they have a good defense, and their run game was super effective tonight, kind of hard to, expect to really, win the game if we're not going to score more than a field goal. Shout out to Eddie, though. Thank you for making it.
Colton McKivitz joked that you guys try to make it as hard on yourselves as possible. Is that something that you can adopt and kind of embrace as you go on the road?
Well, look, we lost at home to a division rival for the division and the 1 seed. That sucks. That just is what it is. And yes, I'm disappointed about it. It's horrible. Good news is I get to play football next week. Whether it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever it is, I get to play football again. And it's going to be on the road in a hostile environment. Would I much rather be on a bye and get to play at Levi Stadium? Yeah, but that's just not our reality. So, I fully expect our team to come in, attack it, and we have a whole new season ahead of us. It is what it is. So, we just gotta go to work. We have a
Get
week.
after it.
We get Trent back. That's super helpful. He's
We
a really
back
good football
next
player.
week, baby. They got to deal with us.
Maybe Ricky. So, that's horrible. I hate that. I hate losing. I hate losing to the Seahawks. But, hey, we get to play football next week, and whoever it is, whenever what happens, go Cardinals.
Anything at all about their defense that surprised you? I mean, you played them once early in the season, and you watched film of them all week. Was there anything that jumps out at you at what they were doing that was different or better? Or
No, they pressured randomly. They brought a lot of pressures, which is what they do. They drop really deep. They force you to check the ball down, and they rally to the ball really well. That's their defense. That's what their head coach has made their defense do. When you've got a really good, D-line, and, they can all win one-on-one battles from time to time, and then you bring pressure with it, and they got a smart secondary. So, no, nothing surprising. Just I wish we would have taken advantage of some of the situations, and we didn't. And that's football. Yeah.
They missed a week. How do you feel physically coming out of this game?
I didn't make anything worse. So, hoorah.
Play next week?
You know what? I'm not a betting man, but I'm just cheering for Buda Baker to have 3 pick sixes tomorrow. That's it. And Trey McBride to have 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. That'd be awesome. Tight end you.
Obviously out of your guys' control, but Shanahan said that if you guys played tomorrow, that there would have been a lot better chance that Ricky and Trent could have played. Is that in your mind at all? Or just
All right, I got to stop it, man. Oh, damn it. George, I wish you didn't do this to me, bro. And I love George Kittle recently. He's making it very clear, very, very clear, they don't want to play the Eagles. He's making it painfully clear they don't want to play the Eagles. And I don't like that. I feel like when you sit here and say, go Cardinals on your second question of the interview, and on the fourth question of your interview, you're hoping for 3 pick sixes and 2 touchdowns to Trey McBride. It says that you really, 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 really want the Rams to lose so you don't have to play them. Guys, bring on the fucking Eagles too. Like, let's just go ahead and adapt that mentality right now. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. Because while George is up there sounding like, hey, I'm excited I get to play next week, he's also sounding like, I'm scared of Philadelphia. I don't want to go to Philly. I don't want to play those boys. I will do my damnedest to get a ticket to that game. Have my daughters covering this game for you guys on Patreon and to be at that stadium. We aren't scared of this fucking team, bro. It's cold out here on the East Coast. I will do whatever it takes to get there, be warm, and win that game. And we should not show fear. I don't like that shit at all. I don't like it at all. And while George is coming up saying, I didn't make any of my injuries worse, I get to play next week, he sounds good about playing next week. But, bro, you're inadvertently making it sound like you're scared of the Philadelphia Eagles. Their offense fucking sucks. Bring them on. Bring them on. Today, we went up against a top 5 scoring offense. Today, we went up against a top 5 defense. Today, we went up against a top 5 third down defense, a top 5 running defense. They're top 5 in all the major categories. But I need you to stop acting like you're afraid of the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. Cut that shit out, George. I love you, but that's the wrong message to send. We don't give a fuck who the opponent is. We're going out there to do what we do. Period. Come on now.
Said that if you guys played tomorrow, that there would have been a lot better chance that Ricky and Trent could have played. Is that like in your mind at all, or just is what it is?
I mean, nothing I can do about it. It would have been helpful to me too, but you don't get to choose when the games are. They tell you when you play, and I feel like, sure, it would have been helpful if we had an extra day, but you got to show up when they tell you to show up, and our offense didn't show up the way we needed to tonight.
For 9 years, I would imagine you would expect him to sort of figure it out. He usually does at some point in the game. I mean, was it weird that he just didn't seem to have any answers in this game?
I mean, I feel like we kind of did have an answer there at the end, and then, you have a tip ball. It's a weird, and then another tip for an interception at the 2-yard line. Like, we score a touchdown there, and it's 10-13, and, yeah, who knows? It's a completely different game. So, I mean, I think Kyle, kind of found a rhythm right there, and then that happens. I mean, then they take, 7 minutes off the clock. They go down and doink a field goal, but, you're still down 2 scores at that point. So, I think Kyle had found his rhythm. I think our offense was starting to find a rhythm, and then, hey, tip ball, it's tough.
Been a part of some teams and seasons that have had a lot go against you. It feels like it's sort of similar this year, but the record's obviously very different.
Yes.
How do you feel just like how hardened this team is, and can you lean on any of those experiences to go into next week?
It's a good question. Let's see. For the guys that have all been here, yeah, you can lean on some of those seasons. Like when we started the 21 season or the 22 season, with a losing record, and we found a way to sneak into the playoffs. Sure. I think it's a little bit different, when you, we weren't missing as many players back then, from Bosa to Fred. I mean, that's really tough. And, but there are experiences that a lot of our vets have gone through, and it's just your back's against the wall. What are you going to do? And one thing I do, I think this team's really resilient. I do. I love the way our young guys are playing. I'm still a huge fan of Alfred Collins and CJ West, our young guys that are getting reps. I think they're getting better week in and week out. And so there are experiences that we can lean on. But the cool thing is it's a brand new season every single year with so many new guys taking advantage of new opportunities and stuff like that. And while, yeah, you have guys who have, Brindle missed 2 games in 4 years. McKivitz has played at a high level. Yeah, we lost Trent for a game. Hopefully that's it. Burford stepped up. Pooney, is a 2-year starter. We have guys on our whole offense who have played a lot of games. And so I think, I always say, we just got to lean on our offense, and we got to figure out a way to move the ball, stay on the field, and not make our defense, stay out there so long. And shout out to our defense. I thought they played a phenomenal game and gave us plenty of opportunities. That's why I'm so disappointed, because our offense didn't back up our defense.
To follow up on it, you have to lean on your offense and then have to go up against a high-powered defense like you went.
Fuck that. I got a comment. And this is where I am right now. George Kittle is surmising exactly what I was saying. I didn't know how I felt going into this episode right now, this overreaction show. I didn't know if I was more upset about the offensive performance or the defensive performance. He's right. He's right. You should be more upset at the offensive performance. The defense held these guys to a winnable game scenario. They did. The offense wasn't on the field long enough. They didn't convert enough third downs. They didn't keep the ball. Fuck third downs. They didn't get enough first downs. Get them on 1st and 10, first down. Get them on 2nd and whatever, first down. They didn't do it enough. And that's what George is saying here. And I'm with him. I'm with him 100%. 100%. The offense let the defense down tonight. They couldn't stay on the field. The offense couldn't stay on the field. Period. They couldn't generate points. That's where the disappointment comes from. So I like what George said here. All right, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let him finish his presser. We'll see what he has to say for the rest of it. But I agree with George. This loss is on the offense, for sure.
Out there so long. And shout out to our defense. I thought they played a phenomenal game and gave us plenty of opportunities. That's why I'm so disappointed, because our offense didn't back up our defense.
Kind of to follow up on that, to have to lean on your offense and then have to go up against a high-powered defense like you went up against tonight, and then have the type of offensive performance that you had. Mm-hmm. Does that at all shake the confidence of the offense to be able to respond in a way that you guys have in the past 6 weeks?
It doesn't shake my confidence at all. I'm fully. I was expecting Brock to go out there and have 5 touchdowns. I mean, I don't. Yes, they're a very, very good defense. They showed they were a good defense today. They kept us from scoring any points. So, kudos to them. I mean, I'm still incredibly confident in our offense. Anytime that 13's in the backfield with the ball in his hands, and I got 23 back there, I mean, I got a ton of confidence in this offense. And it didn't go our way tonight. We didn't make the plays when we needed to make them. That's football. All you need is one really good drive, and we didn't really have that one good drive tonight.
The Seahawks they're celebrating in their locker room, smoking cigars and dancing.
Cool.
Do you take offense to it, or you just say you take your medicine because of what they did?
I would do the same shit. Yeah, I mean, what? They won the division. They got the 1 seed. They won in a rival stadium. Good for them.
Say that despite playing as poorly as you did.
1 second. Let him go, then I'll come to you, Jennifer.
What does it say that despite playing as poorly as you did, that the game kind of turned on that one play at the end?
Can you say it one more time? Sorry, I didn't hear it.
What does it say that despite playing as poorly as you did as a team, that the game turned on one play at the end? At the end, it was that close.
That's football. I mean, that's what's crazy about it. Our defense played at a high enough level, and our special teams, made their kicker miss 2 kicks. They kept us in the game, and if that's a touchdown instead of an interception, you're 10-13 with 10 minutes left in the game, and who knows what could have happened. And yeah, it's not fun to live in a who knows, what if. That sucks, but I mean, we were almost good enough to play, to win, but we weren't. And then it turns out we only scored 3 points. We lose by 10 points at home. So it's incredibly disappointing, but that's kind of the fun thing about football. One play can completely change every game. Yes, Jennifer.
You were talking about the energy that you expected from everybody. Was it where you wanted it to be this year?
I thought our fans were fantastic. That was really loud, Levi Stadium. They helped us out so much in the first half. And then, I never blame the fans. We have to give them more to cheer for on offense. They support our defense the whole time. They were just waiting for us to get going on offense. And, we didn't give them a lot to cheer for. And, like I said, it's more just disappointing for me, because I like winning football games, and I like winning the division, and I like being a 1 seed. But that's not how it's going to go this year. And I'll see you guys next week. The team? Oh. Yeah, I liked how we started. It's just when you start with a 3 and out back-to-back, it's just kind of, that's tough. But when I'm looking down the sideline, the whole offense is they're eager and ready to go. There's no drop of confidence or anything like that. Like I said, when I look back and I see Brock Purdy in the huddle, I have so much confidence because he's such a good quarterback. And so, no, my confidence is the exact same. I'm looking forward to whoever we play. Let's go Buddha and Trey McBride. Thank you, guys.
He fucking ended it again with the whole, we don't want to play the Eagles. I don't like that. I don't like that. And he was the last one to go tonight, so I'm going to stop that. All right. Listen, guys. The 49ers finished the season the way that they did. All right? And there's a lot of people out there that say, we're not a good team. Wrong. We won 12 games. We won 12 games where we played 6 games without our starting quarterback. Where we played 13, 14 games, 15 games, 16 games without our best defensive lineman. Where we played 13 games without Fred Warner. No number 1 wide receiver all year long. I know. Ricky Pearsall is your number 1 wide receiver. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not. We did it. We played 4 or 5 games without George Kittle. We played a handful of games without Trent Williams. And now all of a sudden you guys want to be down. Now all of a sudden you guys want to count the Niners out. I want to remind you guys of something. This team has been overcoming expectations all year long. And despite tonight's loss, Kyle Shanahan should still be in the running and leading the way in Coach of the Year voting. He should be. He should be. Because the guys that are ahead of him, Patriots, he had an easier schedule than the Niners. He didn't have to sustain half the injuries that we did. Minnesota, same. Panthers didn't even make the playoffs. Tell me another coach out there that has had to overcome and endure what this San Francisco 49ers team has. I can't wait for the day that I can get rid of this banner because it's outdated. It's outdated. This 1994 that you guys see right here, it's got to go. It's got to go. Is this the year? I don't know. I don't know. Here's what I do know. It's not ending next week. It's not over right now. Did we get the 1 seed? No. But we were 1 game away from it, guys. Raise your hand if you thought the Niners would be 1 game away from the 1st seed in the NFC. Let me put my hand back down. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I've watched the Eagles all year long. And you know what I've seen? Inconsistency. Mediocre offense. They don't know when to run the ball like they should. Their passing game is half field reads. I'm not scared. Raise your hand if you think that the Bears are a team that you're fearful of. Not me. We went toe-to-toe with the Bears, and we literally took their best shot. 38 points by the Bears. Not enough. It wasn't enough. Are you scared of the Rams? I respect you guys that are. Cool. McVay has a thing with Kyle Shanahan. It's cool. I get it. We can outscore the Rams. What about the Seahawks, Mike? Mike McDonald just went out there and showed you. No. No. This type of result is not going to happen again. And how does he adjust when all of a sudden the Niners have 17 points at halftime and on pace for 34 in a game? How does he adjust? Does he panic? We have to see. We got to get there first. We got to get there first. And finally, what about those Packers? Because right now, as of this moment, the Packers in the 7th seed. I don't know who their quarterback's going to be. They don't have a pass rush. The NFC is wide open. And so I encourage you guys to be down on this team for today's performance. You're right. I won't argue against it. I won't tell you that you guys are being silly. I won't tell you guys that you're even overreacting. Cool. I get it. I understand. And I'm right there with you. But as long as Robert Saleh looks in the mirror and has a real talk with himself, right? It's one thing to give up 30-plus points in a game after a win and say, maybe we weren't that bad. But in a loss where you only give up 13 points, you couldn't stop a team on 3rd downs, you gave them 3 more scoring opportunities than they were able to take advantage of, you're going to look in the mirror. With Kyle Shanahan, he's going to step back and say, damn, we were better than the 1 scoring opportunity that we took advantage of that only resulted in 3 points. Kyle Shanahan's going to go home. He's going to talk to his wife. He's going to embrace his children. And that's going to last for 30 minutes. And you know what he's going to say? My offense did not provide a single point for my team in the biggest game of the year. That's what he's going to say. The streak is over. There's no 6-game, 7-game win streak anymore. There's no expectation of perfection. It's gone. We have reclaimed our rightful spot in the NFC. The underdog. The one that no one expected to be here. It's house money, guys. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me well. No one expected the Niners to be here. If anyone said, hey, you're going to lose Nick Bosa in the first 2 games of the season, you're going to lose Fred Warner in the first 6 games of the season, your first-round pick is going to be going right after that. No Brandon Ayuk all year long because he's going to quit on your team. No one expected this, guys. No one thought that the Niners would be in the position that they were in right now. And as of today, in this very moment, we're the 5 seed. We don't control our own destiny anymore. We could be the 6 seed. And everyone's expecting the Rams to go out there and beat the Arizona Cardinals, and that's cool. I don't care how it plays out. I don't. If the Niners happen to fall all the way down to 6, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6. Philly, here we come. We're coming for you guys. With no one believing in us, with our backs against the wall, and with a defense that everybody thinks is beatable. Saleh, I implore you to check yourself. Robert Saleh, I challenge you to look in the mirror and figure out how to make your team better. It's over for tackling drills. That time is come and gone. We're going to continue to miss tackles. It's all about scheme and schematics. How do you put the right guys in the right place at the right time? That's what it's about. Shanahan, you officially had your lowest scoring game in your 49ers tenure tonight with the number 1 seed on the line. It's literally impossible for it to happen again. You guys hear me out there? Kyle's been here for 8 years, and not once have we only scored 3 points. It's not going to happen again. It's not. But there's a lot of people out there who feel like that what we saw tonight is the expectation. I don't know where you're getting it from. I don't know where you're drumming up these numbers. Every team has to have their worst game. And I'm here to tell you guys something. It happened tonight. It happened tonight. The worst game of this 49ers regime happened, and it's out the way before the playoffs. And I'm here to tell you that, my friends, is a blessing. It's a blessing. So now, to my faithful out there, for those of you who are faithful but doubt how this team can continue to roll, stand pat. Stay true. Stand tall. Poke your chest out. Huh? Philly, if you thought you were going to get our worst, you're wrong. Our worst just happened, and it's out the way. I said it. I don't think the Niners can win 10 in a row. I said it. We need to get a loss out the way. Did I want it to happen this week? No. No, I didn't. I called for it last week, and then we would have needed some help to go ahead and get the number 1 seed this week. We didn't get it. It's cool. Things didn't go the way that I wanted it to. But that loss was just as important because now it's time for us to step back and reflect. We are not going to let this happen in consecutive weeks. We haven't seen it all year. We haven't seen it in this entire regime's tenure. We don't have a choice but to be better. Can y'all hear me out there? Are y'all feeling me out there? The San Francisco 49ers will be a better team than what you saw tonight, regardless of who the opposition is, regardless of who is lining up across the field from us. We will be a better team. I don't care if it was the Seahawks again. We're going to be better than what we were tonight. And what does that mean for our opponent? Those are the questions we have to ask to ourselves. How much better can we be than what we were tonight? I don't know. That part, I don't have an answer to. What if we only hold them to 12? Can our offense outscore them? Who knows? What if we can only score 6 points, Mike? Maybe we can only hold them to 3. I don't know. I don't know. But here's what I do know. And I say this with all sincerity. I know for a fact that I am not going into next week thinking that the Niners are one and done in the postseason. I know for a fact that I am not expecting Kyle Shanahan to let me down 2 weeks in a row. I know for a fact that I don't expect Robert Saleh to say, hey, this is all I've got and I can't get any better. I don't expect it. I don't expect it. And my expectations may not weigh anything to you faithful out there. Throw it out. Mike's expectations don't mean shit. I get it. I understand. I accept it. But this regime has never done it back to back this poorly in 8 years, 9 years. Why should we expect it now? Where do you get this level of fear now? When Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers make the postseason, we make it to the NFC Championship round or better. That's not my opinion. That's fact. Are you going to throw that away because of how Week 18 looked? And you can. It's cool. And I'm not promising an NFC Championship round. What, are y'all scared of the wild card position? Are you scared of the wild card spot? Do you fear that? Because I don't. I don't at all. Look me in my eyes and tell me the truth. Do you think that the San Francisco 49ers are going to go into the wild card round, whether home or away, and it's going to be away, and you don't think that we're going to perform better than what we did tonight? Come on, man. This is easy money. This is easy money, baby. Never in the history of the 49ers in the postseason have we expected that. Have we seen that? This is not the year for that level of upset. And so because of that, I go into next week confident. Week 19 of the NFL, the wild card round. I go into it confidently, regardless of the opposition, regardless of the name of the team that we have to play. I don't care. They do not strike fear in me. Will they get respect? For sure. Absolutely. But there will be no fear. And we will face them with the same tenacity and expectations that we would face anybody as if we had the number one seed. They have to deal with us. And we are a 49ers team that plays better on the road than we do at home under the Kyle Shanahan regime. Don't believe me? It's cool. Look it up. We play better on the road every year, every season. When it's time to travel, we're focused. We're at home, we get complacent. We're not at home anymore. I needed this loss. We needed this loss. And I know that you guys may not have wanted to see it, but it's here, we accept it, and we are ready to move on. And while George Kittle pounds his chest and says, hey, go Cardinals, George, I have no confidence in the Cardinals to get the job done. But I'm not afraid of Philly. I am not afraid of Philly, George. Bring him on. Give me a quarterback that only reads half the field. We can take advantage of that. We can. We can. Prepare. Robert Saleh, look at me. Look at me in my eyes, bro. Where's my remote? Robert Saleh, look me in my eyes, man. Get ready for Philly. Because the odds of the Rams beating the Cardinals, I'm going to put it at about 10%. Or the Cardinals beating the Rams, that's a 10%. My apologies, I misspoke. But regardless of the outcome of that game, we're here. And more importantly, we're ready. All right? That's all I got for you guys tonight. The 49ers fall to the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks get the number one seed, man. That's it, 14-3. That's what it took. We will finish the season as 12-5. One win less than what I expected going into the season. And my 13 wins was assuming that Brock Purdy was healthy all season long. My 13 wins was assuming that Nick Bosa was healthy all season long. My 13 wins was assuming Fred Warner was healthy all season long. We fell one game short with all those injuries and all those missed games. The NFC world is ours for the taking, and no one acknowledges it but us. They're going to count us out now. We got this loss out the way, but they're going to count us out. They're going to get caught up in the hoopla of the NFC games that are going to take place after this game. It's cool. No one expects us to do shit. I'm okay with that. I like the underdog role. Count us out. But I guarantee you guys, we are not losing next week in the playoffs. I can't say much more. Not yet. I don't know the opponent. I don't know the location. I don't know the day that we play. But here's what I do know. We'll be ready. This offense will be better, and so will the defense. And they have to deal with us. That's all I got for you guys. All right? So I'm going to get up out of here. I love you guys. Let me make sure all my super chats are taken care of. They are. Boom. Let's get up out of here, man. Prepare for glory. Anticipate pain. But always remain faithful. I'll see you guys this week. And be ready. There's no fear in my heart. Be safe. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey. See, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, need nothing but